Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully place all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots, he scores, you suck.
Rick's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
Yo, welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
What it do, fellas?
20.
Roadhead makes me nervous.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Roadhead.
Hey, we survived. 2024.
Indeed we did.
Here we are. Living in the future. What up, Austin?
We're here.
How's it
We're
going,
in the
buddy?
future. Oh, we got. Let me
If nothing else, we are here.
rub it down here.
We are here. Man,
comments.
hey, we had some football, didn't we? Oh,
We had
look,
quite a bit of football.
look.
Yeah,
What
we
the
sure did.
Fucking cat drug in. Finally. Well. How nice of you to finally join
Our favorite
us,
Green
Keith.
Bay fan.
Yeah, sorry,
Well,
there,
yeah,
Summer.
Can't hear you. Yeah.
volume?
No, Keith,
better?
you just can't. There you go. Now we can hear
Sorry,
you.
I turned my mic off by mistake.
Oh, that volume is
Tisk,
way low.
tisk, tisk. Anyways, we had some
Maybe it's
sports. We did some sports. Some sporting things happened. Washington.
Let's talk about Washington.
Let's talk about Washington.
The big bad
Yeah.
black Phoenix.
Shoot up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true, Austin. You don't
Yeah.
even work here.
I don't work here. I don't get
Yeah.
fucking paid.
Come to the UW bandwagon, everybody. There's room for everyone.
I can't. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I won't.
Oh, really? You're
Rolling
just.
with my Big Ten brethren.
It's the last of the Pac-12, though. Come on.
Where are they going?
They're just dispersing. They're chopping
Oh,
them up
really?
and dividing them. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying where's Washington going?
Big Ten.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Big Ten
But-
literally goes coast to coast now.
Yeah, they might. I think the big one that's kind of be crazy is because I think there is a guarantee for the next few years that they will still have a Wazoo versus UW. We call it the Apple Cup for everyone in the Midwest or anything. I don't think a lot of people know what this is, but it's usually our biggest game of the year. I mean, it's more important to us
It's
than
like Illinois and Missouri when they play the bragging rights game.
yeah. Like most states have or it's like Michigan and
That's
Ohio
right,
State.
baby. That's right. Big Ten, baby.
Yeah, not this time. So yeah, think about it's probably not quite as big as Michigan and Ohio State because that's pretty insane. But yeah, it's like that though. That's our big rivalry game. So
Have you been
But-
to one?
no, I've only been to I think 2 UW games.
Gotcha.
I've passed by that stadium a small handful of times when I was still living up
yeah.
in Washington. Beautiful stadium.
Yeah, it's bigger
Where's
than
it at?
in Seattle.
Is it in? Okay.
Yeah, it's bigger than
It's in Washington.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stadium though.
Mhm.
I have
Yeah, it's but
100%
you're
hostility and hatred towards Keith on this show today. A, he
It's
was
fine.
late,
I expected
and
it.
B, it's rivalry week.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
Hey, you guys want to make another bet?
It's okay.
Keith and I didn't make a bet.
Well,
I
Keith
didn't-
tried to make a bet. Everyone's trying to make a bet with
Me and
Keith
Blake
being
already made a bet.
humble really?
Yep.
Me? Me and Blake made it.
Hey, speaking of bets,
Maybe if you were on the
speaking of
show in the past month, you would have known.
That's true.
Damn.
and speaking
Got
of punishments,
Yeah.
I believe
Ryan.
our Yeti-looking fucking friend there on the top left owes us a punishment.
Why is
I'm,
it-
yeah.
combine.
Dude, I'm trying. I tried last weekend, and
Now
I'm
there's
not
snow on
gonna
the ground.
do. I'm
you
not
trying to
gonna
touch me?
do it.
it back up,
And
Keith.
like
Come here, Keith.
in the wet, mud, rainy bullshit, and like
I
tear
think that's
my
the best time
ACL.
to do it.
Touching me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were I thought you were trying to touch me.
Do you realize where
Now
we
it's
live
got me my drink.
in our
I
healthcare
do.
system?
Hey.
Uh,
Look what I
No,
found in my
it's-
liquor cabinet.
ooh, nice.
I have no idea what it is. Some kind of brandy. I don't know when I bought it, but I was out of whiskey. And
Are you drinking that tonight?
Yeah,
Do you feel fancy?
a little bit. It's a little sweet, but not like terrible. It's not like Southern Comfort or something, where it's just like syrup. It seems whiskey based, but it's not quite like that. But it's not bad. Definitely need some more whiskey in my house.
So I have everything ready. I have a sweater in my car. I have a tape measure in my car. I have cones for the cone drill in my car. I'm ready to go.
Good.
I'm just
For the-
I gotta find a place to do it.
Did you recap
show-
what all the terms of the punishment is?
Yeah, tell us.
I lost.
Tell us a story.
Tell us a story, Paul. I lost to Blake in a very close game. I should have won. But I have to do in pants and a sweater. I have to do the 40-yard dash, the broad jump, and then the 3-cone shuffle, the 3-cone drill.
Yeah.
But before I do any of that, I have to chug a 20-ounce bottle of milk.
Wow.
Yep. At which point
And then
we'll be
at the end of it all, I get a pie to the face.
We should.
Yes, sir.
Someone's got to time that 40 though. Just out of curiosity.
And
Do you
for
think
those
after that
of
you
that
could
Trust me, I'm good. I got it set up.
Okay.
I got a tripod. I'm gonna film the whole thing. I'll time it out on my computer.
Do you think after 20 ounces of milk, obviously can't do a gallon because in theory that'll kill you, like Mikey from the Chex commercials or whatever it was. Life cereal. Yeah, he'll eat anything. Do you think you can beat 6 seconds?
On the 40 after chugging the milk?
Yeah.
So the 40 is going to be the last thing I do.
Oh, it's the last one?
Oh, so you're
Damn.
going to be tired the hell out.
I'm going to do... I think the way I was going to do it is broad jump, shuffle, run. I'm not 100% sure, though. My hope is after I chug that milk, a great gust of wind comes from my likely lactose intolerant middle section, and I rock it. And I get some
Getting old
speed.
sucks, Brian.
Like when you let the air out of a balloon and just let it fly around the room, that's going to be my 40-yard dash.
Yep.
And for those that don't know, this was a result of a fantasy football punishment loss. It was a game of the week loss. So we might be looking to add another little highlight to this film right here.
It's time for the BAM Sports Show Fantasy Football Game of the Week Punishment.
Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Crabs, crabs, crabs.
This is a 1960s recipe called the Beef Fizz. Yeah, that's not good.
That's,
You could
I
put
love
some ice bathing in there too. Well, see,
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
I gotta say,
I wish I would have lost that one versus this 40-yard dash one.
there's a lot going into that one.
Honestly, the one that sucks the most for me is going to be the broad jump. I'm going to go like a foot.
Because he's 5'8".
But
What's-
no, I'm not even 5'8".
So the broad
It's gonna
jump
be nice,
just
man.
is that just a
That's
like
the
how long you can jump?
standing jump forward.
Yeah. Oh, just like no run. You just have to.
No run.
stand-
It's just standing broad jump.
No,
Why is my
I
balls
don't know about that.
right?
Maybe you just lean forward like really hard, and like when you get to right
Just
here,
like,
then you
ugh.
jump, and then you kind of
Face
go
plant.
backwards a little bit. Yeah,
Yep.
I gotta say,
I'm
Schroeder's.
excited to do it. It's just fucking like I've been injured. Alright, I've been injured. I've had COVID. I've had birthdays and holidays, and been sick outside of that. It's just kind of like, what the fuck, man?
think everyone's
And
sick.
now there's
right?
snow
I
on the ground.
want to do it. It's just I'm not gonna put my fucking weak knees at risk.
I gotta say, one of the guys on our show just did a punishment, Tom Schroeder, and the showmanship was unbelievable. He did like a
Good.
Stone
Oh, that
Cold
was
Steve
fantastic.
Austin. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That made just like
That
like
was
leading up to
fantastic.
it. Like, yeah, it was pretty
It
remarkable.
was really cool too because so he had approached me. This was a a bet that game of the week that we had quite a bit earlier in the season. And he just had a lot of stuff going on, and so he's like, "Hey man, like I wanted to kind of spice it up a little bit, since we hadn't been able to do this punishment in a while." He's like, "Do you want me to just be my normal goofy self, or I was thinking of like kind of doing a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing."
Oh, did he?
Where,
I
yeah,
didn't hear any of that. I thought he just came on and was like, "Let's go!" And this was like, dude, I was like, dude, what?
So his idea was like, he's like, what if, because the terms of the punishment was you get a pack full of Mentos in the mouth and then you down 2 20-ounce bottles of Coca-Cola.
Oh,
He's
God.
like, well, what I could do just for the sake of entertainment, do like a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing where like I smash like the 2 Coke bottles together. And then, But I was like, yeah, I tell you what, like, let's take it a step further. Like, just gas up the lot, my team, the St. Louis Lot Lizards, before that you do it. And, he didn't gas us up, but I think what he did was actually quite a bit funnier. So he just, it was one of the shorter punishment videos, but I'll tell you what, I have not laughed that hard in a long time.
That's the point of the punishment. Just have fun and laugh.
Yeah.
And, give us some entertainment, maybe like right before the next game.
I've
But-
got
Me and Blake's bet for Sunday
Yeah, what's
is
that?
the Will Levis coffee.
Oh no!
Hold, time out. Explain what this
It's coffee with mayonnaise in it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, okay.
We're not going to do it live. We both agreed we're not doing it live on the show.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Oh, you gotta do it live.
We'll record it because I'm not drinking coffee at 10 o'clock at night, my guys.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is
We'll
fair,
record
though.
it and I will.
Is it-
we'll-
Is it fair? You can do decaf.
I'm not.
It's not going to change. Like, it's not like that's
Well,
not. We
it's-
agreed. No one said
it's-
decaf. This is a break in terms of the bet.
He's
Also,
gonna-
Ryan, you know something missing?
Oh,
Your sanity?
yeah. Aaron Rodgers is missing.
Did you take him down?
And I took him down from here too.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That fucking guy. Hey,
This guy.
football, college football,
Yeah.
Washington,
Let's keep
Michigan,
talking about Washington. I love it.
Washington.
I gotta say, I have after that Texas game, I'm way more not like confident like they're gonna win, but I have a lot more faith that they have a chance, like a big chance of winning the whole thing.
So, Penix, is it Penix or is it Penix? It's got to be Penix.
It's Penix. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Everyone's learning
that's
the
not-
name for the first time. Yeah.
That is not the worst name heading to college football or into or out of college football.
Oh, I know who you're going to talk about.
Don't know how to say that kid's name.
Yeah, I don't
Nope.
really want to say his name.
I
I'm not
don't
saying his
either.
name.
Yeah.
I'm not saying his name.
Yeah.
Anyways, he has ticked up. He's in the top 10 for Mel Kiper's pre-draft list.
No shit.
So he's now got 3 quarterbacks in the top 10 talent, which is it's impressive. I mean, he played his fucking lights out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's just say his last name is with a soft R.
Nuggets.
Yeah. No, it's not a soft. How do you? What's the
There's
term?
no R. There's just no R.
I know, but what's the
no
term where you say?
hard R.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a hard R in it.
Yeah.
So
There's
less than a
there's
trap.
a high school kid who's blown up on Twitter. His name.
You don't have to say it.
he's
If you
going-
we just told you that it's
The
not
K
a
is
hard
silent.
R.
The K is silent. It's
Right.
Noah. His first name is Noah.
Yeah, Noah.
Oh yeah, you can spell it. We just don't. say it.
Knigga. Noah Naysayer. If you're familiar with the Pat McAfee clip. Fuck that guy.
Noah
But-
demonetized.
Noah demonetized.
Noah demonetized.
Silent
Monetized?
Silent K. That's what we'll just call him.
That's
You know, like
his name.
Reliant K.
That's actually great.
or Silent
Noah
J.
Silent K. Yeah.
He's just Silent K. That's his whole name.
Silent K.
Chad Johnston, he was Ocho Cinco for a while.
Yeah.
Just
well,
Ochocinco.
this guy's just going to be. This
So
guy's just going to be
Eric
solid.
the enemy is actually what?
Yo, we got to talk about Eric Bieniemy today too.
what
okay.
happened? I didn't see anything about it.
So
I've been
there
busy.
is I saw a thing that apparently the Falcons are rumored to be going after him in the offseason. Like
Really?
basically week 18 is do or die for Arthur Smith. And if not, then they're expected to heavily go after Eric Bieniemy, which kind of creates some controversy because of the fact that obviously Riverboat Ron is all but done in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's
He
all
wants to
washed
buy
up.
Black Monday.
You know, it kind of sucks for someone like Riverboat because he doesn't have a lot of tools to work with in Washington.
He really does.
You know, although there's something to be said about something like Tomlin in Pittsburgh. Something
Yeah.
in my mouth. Because he's been dealing with a lot of non-major players. I mean, obviously TJ Watt is phenomenal,
Right.
but
Pickens
just
has had his games, and
yeah, but there's not just like
Deontay
the Pro
Johnson's
Bowler
solid.
superstars that they're working with, but yet Tomlin is still producing teams that are going in with a winning season, and whether it's just they're limping in the playoffs or whatever, but just I would say talent wise, I mean, not I don't think it's the top half of the NFL, honestly, but he takes those teams and makes them go. Versus Ron Rivera, who's he doesn't have a lot to work with either, but he's even with what he's working with, he's not a lot to show for it.
yeah.
he's run out a little bit. But this is a man that's been through coaching. He's fought cancer, beat cancer. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, just go hang
Put
him
him out
up,
to pasture.
hang him up,
Yeah.
Ron, and like just live the rest of your life. You've earned it.
Right.
Hall of Famer in my mind.
Yep.
So I want to talk about Black Monday, but let's get through this college football stuff first.
Yeah,
there's a lot
let's
of
do it.
shit. Washington was the late game. We'll just start with that. So, 37-31, Texas made it real close.
Yeah. And this is something oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I didn't have a chance to stay up and watch all of that game because it was very fucking late.
Right.
Dude, yeah. 1 in the morning for us on the East Coast.
Right,
and,
yeah.
And I've been saying all year about Washington, no matter who they play, they let it become a close game. They bend, but just don't break. And
Right.
that made me
Got
nervous.
lucky.
Now they played a lot of ranked teams. The team they played, was top 10 twice was Oregon, which is their one of their other big rival besides Wazoo. But yeah, they played quite a few ranked teams, but there's just games where it's like they're blowing them up and they let the leads slip away, and they always comes down to the last drive. And same thing here where they're up by like 2 scores with 2 minutes left in the game, up by 10 points. And no, it was 9 points is what they're up by. And they just somehow let that slip away. It came down
As
to
a Bears fan, I have no idea what that's like.
no idea what it's like. Yeah. And it was just like, oh my God. And so I was thinking like, man, this is like one of the first games we're going to win by like, multi-score. And honestly, Washington looked like the better team throughout the whole thing.
They did.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, they looked like they
Washington
outclassed Texas.
They were going to have to lose that game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Texas was going to overcome Texas. It was going to have to be Washington beating Washington.
And despite Washington's best efforts, they won the game.
Yep. Hey, you know what? National championship. That's great. This is. I actually am very excited for this because we don't have a fucking SEC team anywhere near this. They're not stinking it up. You've got Pac-12, their last year of existence.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're sending a team to the big game. And then Michigan. So there's 2 coaches in history that have coached now a national champ. Well, we got to wait. It's Monday, the 8th. and today is the 5th. There's a few
Yeah.
days. Harbaugh could die. I don't know, but he will be. I hope not. Knock on wood. Like that guy. He will be one of 2 coaches, only 2 in the history of football that have coached in a national championship and a Super Bowl.
Wow.
You know
That's pretty hard
You know
to-
who the other one is, right?
Pete. No.
Yep.
Did he
Pete
he
Carroll.
lost? Oh, because he was in the championship, but he didn't win.
Yeah.
And that was against Harbaugh.
Coached in.
That was
Yeah.
against Harbaugh, wasn't it? Back when he was at
Good
Stanford
point.
and US or was it US?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Harbaugh was coaching Stanford and he was coaching the USC.
USC.
It was USC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Pete Carroll is the only one that has won a national championship and a Super Bowl.
Okay. I didn't.
So,
Yes, sir.
Harbaugh needs both of those things because he hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. He is honestly, and it's the only time I root for Ohio State. I thought maybe I'd kind of start like maybe I'll become kind of an Ohio State fan, and it just never took off. But he is the most fun coach to hate because he was the 49ers coach for the whole great, the
And he
prime
does
of the
have
Seahawks
one of those
here.
faces.
It's not just his face, man. There's
You know
lots
how-
of just
you know how
shenanigans
those
that.
are.
Yeah, no, there's shenanigans and stuff that was happening with between the Seahawks and Harbaugh and the 49ers. And it's like having him as the coach that's on your rivalry is so much fun.
Mhm.
I hated him so much, and I was pissed when he left because he left with like an 8-8 season, and it was one of those things where they knew that he was gonna, no matter what, he was pretty much gonna get fired because he was just too much conflict
Right.
with the front office, which is like, dude, front office, just grow some balls. This guy's taking you to the Super Bowl twice. No, it was once, but he was the NFC Championship the year after that.
Yep.
And really stellar winning coach. For the Niners, but he's just a huge personality, and they're just like, oh, we don't like being.
Dude, there's all sorts of rumors about him right now.
With all the cheating,
Yeah,
and stuff.
the big one that I'm
No,
seeing,
like to
NFL.
come to the NFL. Like I've seen him.
because didn't he
I've now
hired?
seen him to the Bears. I've seen him attached to the Bears. I've seen him attached to the Chargers a lot, and now I've seen him attached to the Patriots.
I'm seeing a
See,
lot.
the
of
one that I'm
Chargers.
seeing him, the one that I'm seeing the strongest right now. I thought it was the Chargers, but the one that I'm seeing him most strongly attached to is actually the Raiders because the agent that he hired, I forget the guy's name off the top of my head.
Don Yee.
The agent, Don Yee. Don Yee is also, was also, I believe, one of Tom Brady's agents, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Tom Brady has
Don
Yee.
Don,
D-O-N.
Con
The
Yee.
Don.
Don.
I thought you were talking about the rapist.
What?
The rapist. He's a rapist.
So yeah, he represented
Anyway.
Tom Brady and currently.
Anyway,
Sean.
yeah, no. And Tom Brady has partial ownership of the Raiders.
Yeah.
So,
Ah.
yeah.
Uh-huh. That
Okay. So
So-
there's
see
the connection
I think
there.
they would be
Which-
they would be fucking fools. That team has solidified so hard behind Antonio Pierce.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like-
But then
Winning
again,
with
just
O'Connell.
last or not last
Exactly.
year, but 2 years ago, under Rich Bisaccia, they looked really good.
Dude, and that guy got the raw deal too.
Yeah,
I thought he was
Yeah.
fantastic.
yeah. So leave it to the Raiders and Mark Davis.
All right, and then
I
we
could
got,
see it happening.
And we got Michigan over Alabama.
Yeah.
Thriller at the end.
It was
Absolute
a phenomenal
thriller.
game.
It was a good game.
As much as
Great
I
fourth
hate
quarter.
Alabama, and I'm so happy that they lost. I'm sorry, Blake. I'm sorry, Bama fans and SEC fans. But as much as I strongly dislike that team, it was a phenomenal game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What surprised me the most about that game that I didn't realize until after the fact, as well as I thought Alabama played, I didn't realize their quarterback only had like 116 yards on the game.
Mm.
which when you look at the box score and, you're just watching the game, you wouldn't have known that. It was a thrilling game. It was a really, really
It was
well-played game.
entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
It
And
really
then,
was.
Looking at Michigan and their defense, and then looking at Washington and their offense, but then, also Michigan's offense as well. They're very capable.
Yeah.
obviously.
Just that downhill running.
Man, this is going to be a really good game.
Yeah. And
Agreed.
I just want to throw it out there for the people who are saying that the Alabama Michigan was the real championship game. Michigan lost to Texas.
Alabama
Washington
lost.
didn't. Or excuse me.
Alabama
I'm sorry. You're right. Alabama lost to Texas.
Yes.
Washington didn't.
Also,
There's a reason Washington's here.
This is the national championship game. It says
Right.
it right there on my screen.
Right.
So if people are saying that, they're wrong.
Yeah.
That was actually the
Can't-
college football semifinal at the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential.
Yeah.
It's a
That's a
very
mouthful.
quaint title.
Have you guys?
Now, also, isn't Washington undefeated as well?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the 2-14 and
Yeah,
0.
so-
They have the
they
longest.
were 1-2.
They have the longest
It's
winning
the 1-2
streak in
teams.
college football right now.
Really?
Mhm.
Damn. Nice. No, this is
crazy.
this is gonna be a very good game. I'm excited to watch it.
I'm excited.
I
I'm rooting
already
for Washington,
have
though.
my Monday
Yeah.
night set aside.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is a big game on Monday night.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at work, unfortunately.
That sucks. I'll have to find you one of them websites you can pull up on your phone.
Oh, yeah. No, me
Those
and,
are
me and my
real.
chief will definitely be watching that game there in the office.
Nice. All right, so that's our college football time. Thanks, everybody. Now let's talk about grown-up man football. Just
Man
kidding. It's
ball.
the same game. It's the same game.
The
It's all the same.
UFL.
UFL. No.
We should
got
talk a little
week
about that, though.
18. We got a
Hmm,
week
so
18 on
sad.
the horizon.
By the way, fantasy champion, what's up?
Congratulations. I have not
Ditto.
officially won mine yet,
What?
but once again, I will be.
Ah, you have a week 18 championship? That's disgusting.
Yeah, talk to
Gross.
Blake. He's the one that set up the league. It's this league. It's the show league.
Rick, what league did you win in?
Nobody can beat.
Lamar's.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Congratulations.
I'll beat you.
Man, I was so close to getting
I'm-
the
I'm
toilet
sorry.
bowl, man. I scored
You're
like
getting-
140 points and couldn't do it.
But
It
you
was-
did win the midget hooker of the year.
I did, and I was hoping I'd get that shirt before the show, but that's okay.
I'm glad it was you and not me.
Yep, you swept me this year, my dude.
I did.
Oh no,
I'll-
you didn't,
I'll
because I
I'll
beat you
sweep
in
you
the
that shirt.
playoffs,
Which
for
is
the toilet
saying a
bowl.
lot because Ryan had a rough year.
Dude,
Not as rough as
no, rougher actually, because at one point I had the second highest scoring team in the league, and
That does
I
suck.
was
But
in last
the-
place.
Yeah.
No,
but
you're never in
the,
last
like,
place.
Most
was in
points
last
Well,
against.
second to last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we don't count.
I beat
yeah,
you.
Yeah, twice.
I
But
had
not
two
three
of the
times.
fantasy champion. Thank you very much.
But
Shut
the
up,
most
Keith.
like
Nobody
points
cares.
scored against.
Jerk. Yeah, no, it was like everybody was having their best week against me. It's just one of those fucking,
Yeah.
just one of those years. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Whatever.
Yeah, that. And I'm
It's
God,
redraft too, so I don't even remember a single player anymore on my team because now I am shifting hard into dynasty league
Yeah.
off season.
Well,
off-season.
Yeah. So
Making
right,
drafts.
because next year we're making this league a dynasty league. And I'm
so
thinking about,
excited.
I don't want to say who it is, but I'd flirted with the idea of expanding the league so that we can get Keith in. But obviously we put him in, we got to add one more person. So I have an
Interesting.
idea as to who I may want that to be if he agrees to it, but I don't want to ruin it just yet.
Cena.
Yeah,
Are
Rick,
you
can
gonna make
you-
it dynasty or keeper?
Dynasty.
okay, can you explain the difference between dynasty and keeper? Because I get those mixed up a little bit. And I haven't done either.
So keeper is like kind of a middle ground between dynasty and redraft.
Yeah.
I don't know the all of the fine points of it, but I know that there are certain players like you draft as if it's a redraft, and then there's like a cost. Like if there's a certain player that you want to keep, it's okay, well you can keep them in exchange for like a third round pick. Like you give up your
It's
third
like what
round
they
pick.
isn't it like what they were drafted last year? Like if you have a guy like who was sixth
rules
round
vary.
pick, and then like they're just like Puka, right? He had
Right.
undrafted guy. I picked him up in the last, so he's like a goes as a 16th round. Then I can keep that as my 16th round or something, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then dynasty is basically there's
There's a startup draft where you draft your whole team.
Which
And
takes
then
weeks sometimes.
if you do slow draft, which we do just because it's it was so many
Okay.
rounds for our startup, and then all those guys you keep, they're
for
yours
the next year.
Forever.
forever until you trade
Okay.
them or they retire or you release them.
Or you
So
cut
there,
them. Yeah.
so there's no
Yeah.
draft.
No,
There
then
is.
there's a rookie draft,
There's a rookie draft every year.
Okay.
and those
yeah,
are the
and
fun.
you can trade draft picks.
Yep.
Now I'm this sounds cool. I'm into it, but I just gotta say drafting is like my favorite part of fantasy football. It is like
It's the only
I-
reason me and Ryan's league has
I
survived.
love
Yep.
drafting.
In-person draft.
The only
So I would need
thing
to find
that
a league that where I draft normally because Miles' league it's crazy. I love his league, but it's nuts.
yeah, I agree.
So
I was so
I need,
pissed.
and also I only
Hadn't
had
been
2
third
leagues
place
this
in that
year,
league.
which is like the smallest amount I've had in
Dude, I
like a
had so
decade.
many.
I need to be at least 3 leagues. I feel like
I had
so.
4
I
this
might
year.
need to find a league that's a little more of like just the standard cookie cutter type
Redraft.
fantasy. Yeah, just normal redraft, classic.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
it has
one
to be a
thing
lot of
that,
shit talking. Oh, might do one
that's
for
the
work.
one. That's the one thing that I am a little bit sad about us going to Dynasty. I think that will be a lot more fun moving forward, but that probably means that I guess really this summer ish is going to be the last ever draft Powerball lottery.
That was pretty great.
Mhm.
Dude, you need to get a suit
And
when you do that
that
because I always get
also-
excited when you have the
No. Not a suit. Not a suit. Tuxedo T-shirt.
either one. I mean,
How about okay?
So
how about
we-
this? How
it's the
about
last.
this?
No,
a
it's the last one.
compromise.
He has to do
It's a compromise. Tuxedo T-shirt
with a
with
blazer.
a
over it.
tie, blazer,
That's pretty cool.
fancy hat.
Yeah. And
I'm
make your
going to have to figure out a way to like really do this one up big.
Gym shorts.
ask your old
just
lady to
gym
come
shorts.
out in the Wheel of Fortune dress and like spin the ball or something too.
Or you come out in the Wheel of Fortune dress.
Hell yeah, I'll do it.
And
I'll come
have-
into my leather daddy outfit.
Well, I was
Just
talking
like-
to Rick, but jump at the gun, man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
then we also probably wouldn't be doing punishments in that league anymore either.
Oh, I think so. I think we should, but
no,
no, 100% we should. There's
Absolutely.
still going to be game of the week.
So I guess that does help cut down on people trying to tank.
Yeah.
Like there was 2 leagues that I tanked ultra hard in for Dynasty.
Really?
A lot of people tanked in
Oh.
that league.
Yeah, and like
I
'cause
tried.
I
tanking,
wanted
I
the first
failed.
overall pick because
Yeah.
this year, regardless of who drafts him, it's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going to be the first overall pick
Yeah.
for almost anybody in rookie.
And if he's not,
drafts.
you're wrong.
But I think the toilet bowl is
No.
a great incentive too. I mean, it's just your money
Yeah.
back. But I mean,
Half.
legit, I would only half your money back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you got all your
You
money
flushed the other half away. But
back.
The
Like
highest,
Stanny.
so the way we have the prizes right now, the runner up gets $100. The highest regular season score gets their money back. In which case, Miles
okay.
was both the highest regular season score and the champ.
Nice.
So he got his money back plus.
whatever the
Um,
championship.
Did,
Yeah.
did you
money
do
is.
a like champion montage video for him like you did with
To be honest, I haven't made any videos since last year.
oh, okay.
So 5 days ago.
I was
My
going to
understanding.
say it's only been a few.
Well,
days,
last
right?
season. Sorry, last
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. Still,
So-
the best championship game was still the comeback for Nick Bloss.
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
Lamar.
You know that.
I've
the
never
Barella
been-
season.
I've never been so invested in a game that I had nothing to do with in fantasy football.
It was
That was
for fantasy foot
insane.
in the weirdest way. For fantasy football, it was a thriller. You're just
Yeah.
watching numbers, but that game was insane because, like, I think he had like a 98. Lamar was projected like 98% chance to
Yeah.
win or some shit.
Damn.
And
He was
then
like
Stephon
43
Diggs
points.
just yeah.
He had Diggs left, and he had to get like 43 points
Yeah.
to win, and he
I
did.
kept our
And
draft
Diggs
out of
just went fucking nuclear.
And everyone, we're all ready to do like talking about like Rick already had a thing declaring Lamar the champion.
Yeah.
Did
There's
you send
already
it to
like good
Africa
game stuff, blah blah blah, and
afterwards?
it's just like, hey, actually, this is kind of getting. I mean, it's not going to happen, but it's
And
getting a
what's-
little exciting now. And then it just kept going, like, oh my god! It was
What's
so
crazy about that season too is Nick, for the majority of that season, he had kind of a similar situation that our buddy Tom did for this season. He sucked at first, but then his team caught fire, ends up having, I think he ended up being by the end of the season, like because of that late season run,
Mhm.
was just, I mean, putting up 180, 170, 200 something points.
Damn.
That's what I
Like
did.
just
this year.
end up having like the highest regular season score because of just a late season run after he sucked like in the beginning of the season. And then he was projected like, for all to be for not. And like you said, it was like 40 something points that he was down.
Yeah.
And all he had was like Stephon Diggs. I don't remember if he had Josh Allen as his quarterback, but anyway, like the big story was
he didn't. It was just
It was
just
just
Diggs.
Diggs.
Yeah.
And he had
Oh,
like
wow.
a 44 point
Yeah.
like week 17.
Yeah,
Or I guess probably
Yeah,
would've been
yeah.
week 16.
week 16. Yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
It was. And our buddy Nick, the team owner of the Bellingham Bimblades, had a Bimbarella season.
Yeah, it was great.
I like that. A bimbo.
Yeah, it made. Yeah, that was so fun.
It was
so
a
good.
thriller. It was
Yeah.
an absolute thriller.
And
Like,
then
that
the
was-
next year, it was a rematch.
yeah,
really?
the
Damn.
the
Lamar
championship
and
ended-
That's pretty. I'm
so that was, like-
excited to draft again next year because I'll actually pay attention to dates that my wife sets. But
What?
hey, for doing it in the middle of the woods, 2 days off of getting a vasectomy, I don't think, or no, 1 day off of getting a vasectomy, I don't think I drafted too bad.
Oh, there
You
you
had
go.
sex in the woods.
You got a vasectomy in the woods.
I got a vasectomy in the woods. Old guy had overalls on, but only one of them, like one strapped, and his nipple was out.
That's how they do it
There
in the
you
farm.
go.
They just put the rubber band around the nuts and like, all right, just hold that for a couple days.
Oh God,
That'll
I
stop.
couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I could.
That's what you're into, I guess. All right.
I'm not into
Hey,
it. I'm just
speaking
casual
of,
observer.
Speaking of, let's talk about Black Monday.
Yeah.
Was this the Detroit and Dallas game?
No.
No.
It's just Black Monday, like the Monday after Week 18, or the final game of the season. That's when all the coaches get fired.
Oh,
So I read a tweet the other day that said that, according to their insiders, this could be like a record-setting Black Monday.
wow.
Wow.
Lot of
Do you-
turnover. Wow.
Do you think Belichick is gonna hit the road?
So I'm gonna.
Belichick's on the list.
I have.
He's not on
eight,
the list.
8 head coaches on Black Monday. I have a list
Okay.
that says that.
Tell us.
So first one on the list, Ron Rivera.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, I think we just discussed that. I think he's gone. Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saleh. Tomato.
Salah.
That guy in New York, the Jet, the airplane
Jersey.
guy. Joyzy.
Really?
What do you think?
I would like to.
This
maybe
just says
keep,
what
you gotta
will
keep him-
happen to these 8 head coaches, and it's got a question mark. I'm asking you guys.
I think they should give him another year, at least because one, you're gonna have Rodgers, and then you had Zach Wilson, who's just the worst starting quarterback in football.
Yeah.
And-
They
Yeah,
could have brought back Joe Flacco.
I mean, my thing is, I don't know that he should get another chance, but I think he will. The reason why I say I don't know that he should
Okay.
is because he was an absolute shithead to Zach Wilson this year. He wasn't like, I don't know if you remember
Because
earlier
Zach
this season.
Wilson banged his mom.
No, but
Milf Hunter.
I don't know if y'all remember earlier in the season when they ended up, I think they had said like they were gonna cut him, like they'd all but like guaranteed they were gonna cut him after the season, and then started Tim Boyle over him. And whenever they still had just a fragment of a hope to still make the playoffs. They're like, hey, we know we told you we were going to cut you. We know we just benched you, but we'd really like for you to start for us next week. And
he's like, nah, I don't know if I feel like it.
Yeah,
that's the part I heard. But I don't know what I don't know what Zach Wilson is thinking because
of the Aaron Rodgers allure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say with like Zach Wilson, because it's like, dude, this is like you basically have zero chance of at least starting anywhere next year. That's just not gonna happen.
Dude, I don't
you know,
even know
you need to get
a backup job anywhere.
No, I mean,
welcome
but then
to
to
the Michigan Panthers.
Dude, I don't even know if he's better than some of these UFL quarterbacks.
But you know what? I will stand up for Zach Wilson this much. There were a couple of games this season.
He's a cute little
where
guy.
he played.
He's just a cute little guy.
No, like all joking aside, there were a couple of games this season where he looked like an extremely polished quarterback. I forget what week it was. I want to say it maybe have
Kansas
been
City one.
I think it was the Kansas City game where he just he played just a very clean, like quick reads, like getting rid of the ball quick.
Yeah,
he looked like a very polished quarterback. He showed flashes of why he may have been the number 2 overall pick. I don't think, obviously we have a large enough body of work of him to show that, like, no, he was not worth the number 2 overall pick. But there were a couple of games this season where he sure the hell played like it. And I'm not one to usually give Zach Wilson any type of praise, but the few games that he did play well this season, he looked damn good.
I just think that
you gotta give him props. You know what I mean?
Austin says Seattle's going to pick him up here in about 3 or 4 years, and he'll be a playoff caliber guy.
True. Yeah.
I was going to say with some of these quarterbacks get drafted. I feel like they always go to a team where they're expected to be the next Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, just like someone who's going to just be the guy in this situation. And then, a lot of these guys, it's like, man, they just got to be placeholders and like game managers, I don't know. I just don't always think it's fair to
go ahead. Sorry.
To be putting some of these guys in those places. I mean, I guess, I know when you draft like the second overall guy, you're expecting all these big things, but I don't know. Sometimes I think that a losing team just think they're gonna put all their chips in on black and like this is gonna be this one player will turn the whole franchise around.
Right.
And I talk about this every time I'm on the show that I just think it's the worst way to put a team together. Just try and get that one quarterback and everything will just, fall into place.
You have to
unless
build
you're
the rest of the
Texans
team first.
Right.
So I was watching a video or reading an article. I don't remember what it was the other night. And they were talking about like how offense has been down overall, I think pretty noticeably for everybody, like there's no good quarterback this year. Like nobody's having a peak Patrick Mahomes type season.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Right.
And the reason they gave is because defenses have started to adapt to what the modern offense is doing. So for a while we had really big offenses, because we evolved the offensive game away from run, little pass, you know what I mean, to like these big game, big arm guys. And it took a while for NFL defenses to figure that out because there was still the aspect of the running game. Good teams had a good running back. They had a good passing attack.
And that's probably why Lamar Jackson is, the number 1 quarterback right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of
that. So I really think that what's happening right now and the reason that the Ravens are having so much success is because Todd Monken, their offensive coordinator, has got them playing an older style of football. They're a team that lives and dies by the run. But Lamar also this year has thrown the best deep balls of his life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so with the way that these modern NFL defenses have started adapting and playing to where the game has gone. I think, and it's kind of funny because of all the running back stuff that happened over the last couple of years about pay and everything and the holdouts. I do feel like we're going to start seeing a little more swing back away from the guy, you know, the Brett Favre, the you know, the one guy,
Tom Brady.
yeah, and actually building more offenses that have a featured running game. And I think by doing that, you're going to start seeing more of those game manager guys actually succeed because they've got a running game, a competent running game to build off of.
Who else is on your? I mean, we're getting a little sidetracked here because I already forgot that we're talking about your blacklist for Monday. Who else is on that list?
Oh yeah, I only got 2 names in. Let's get going.
Oh, I was
Mike
like, actually,
Vrabel, Tennessee.
that's not. I don't think that's really his fault either. I think he's a great coach. I think they were stupid to keep Derrick Henry,
agree.
to keep Hopkins, 2 guys who are like long in the tooth. That they're already like deep into a losing season. It's like, why would you not trade those guys away, even for just a little draft capital? I know wouldn't get a whole lot for them, but just for anything for those guys, keeping those guys around on a team that you're not going to go anywhere with. They're probably won't even be on the team next year, right?
Right.
So it's like,
I feel like they should have cut bait with Derrick Henry already.
Yeah. So to me, that's a GM issue, not a Rabel thing. I think Rabel's a great coach, and if he comes to Seattle, I don't know if that's Pete Carroll's on the talk right now, but yeah, I love him. Or I know the other one. I don't know if we talked about. I don't know if Tomlin's going to be on the list, but I would.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Get there. So he's not on the list, but he's somebody that has been spoken about. As far as it goes for me for Vrabel, with the next guy, I'm gonna get real buck wild with you guys.
Do it.
Pray tell.
The first ever coaching trade. Coach for coach.
Oh, yeah.
Because Bill Belichick is on this list as well.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know.
Wait,
maybe
are you saying a trade?
Bill Belichick for Arthur Smith.
Bill Belichick for Mike Vrabel.
Ooh.
So Bill goes to Tennessee.
And Mike Vrabel goes back to New England.
Back to New England.
Wow.
I'm starting that in the universe right now.
Wow. That's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah,
if I'm Tennessee, I say hell no.
I wouldn't do that. What about
if I'm Tennessee and I'm smart? I say, Mike Vrabel, what can I do to make your life easier and better and win you a Super Bowl? You tell me.
Go back 2 years and not trade AJ Brown.
Because I love you and you're fantastic. And you're probably the best coach that we've had ever.
Or not draft Treylon Burks.
You're the best coach we've had since Jeff Fisher.
And that's sad. That's sad.
That might be true.
I think it is. Really, honestly. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah.
But the next guy on the list is Bill Belichick, and there is a lot of smoke around him, and there has been for a while.
He's nothing without Brady.
To me, it sounds. I mean,
I'm honestly, I think
history's kind of shown that so far.
Kraft has shown
if he does go somewhere else. If he does go somewhere else, I think it's a one-off, like a 1-year thing.
Yeah.
Either that or I think he just retires.
Like, I think he'd retire before he goes somewhere else.
I think there's more smoke. Oh, where's he going to go next? Like, I think if he's done in New England, he probably just hangs it up.
Yeah.
That guy's been a coach in the NFL longer than any of us have been alive.
Mm-hmm. I think walk at us random girls' apartments.
Yep, burping and scratching his butt.
Hey, what's this rumor about Belichick banging a reporter?
That's what I was talking
about. She was a reporter?
Wasn't she?
We're on to Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Rhonda Cincinnati.
Yeah.
What? No, it's.
Have you never seen that press conference?
Oh. No.
No, what are you talking about?
Like, well, among other, like, how just super dry Bill Belichick is during, like post-game press conferences or whatever. And I forget what game it was or whatever, but there were really
We're
trying
on to
to.
Cincinnati. That's what you said.
Yeah, we're
we're
on
on.
to Cincinnati.
I thought you were
thought
saying
said
Rhonda.
Rhonda Cincinnati.
Rhonda?
Like, that was the
Rhonda.
reporter's
Her
name.
Like Rhonda Cincinnati.
I
No,
thought that was
we're
her
on to
name.
We're all like, what?
Who's Rhonda Cincinnati?
All
Where
right,
does
boys,
she...
get your signals out. We're coming out with Rhonda Cincinnati. She'll be giving dances out later.
Rick
Where in the
Springfield with
world
his
is-
new smash hit, Rhonda Cincinnati. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, we're in the world is Rhonda Cincinnati.
That's the version you get at
G-spot,
Family Dollar.
Yeah,
Where in the country is Rhonda Cincinnati?
that's funny.
Behind the trash.
We're
can.
on to Cincinnati.
We're on to Cincinnati. I think Bill Belichick is done.
Yeah.
I think he is going to be forced into retirement.
Yeah.
I think that the Patriots are going to let him go, and I don't think anybody's going to pick him up. I think the game has passed him by, and I think he is tired and old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, if he does go somewhere else, it's a one-off, like, you know, one and done.
Just somewhere with like good weather, somewhere like
The Chargers, the
AFC
Chargers.
South.
Chargers,
Yeah,
yeah.
just somewhere like in Florida where it doesn't have to do much now. You just do a year in Atlanta or something. As they call it good. What
He'll
was
probably end up being like a GM or like get some sort of like. Remember Joe Torre when he retired from the Yankees? He got some MLB front office position that they just kind of made up for him.
Or
Somebody will do something like that.
was it Mike Coughlin? Was the New York
Tom Coughlin?
Tom Coughlin? Thank you.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin, Tom Coughlin. I always get him crossed up. When he went to Jacksonville for a little bit, and everyone hated him too. No matter where he goes, everyone hates him.
Mm-hmm.
But do you guys ever see that that Halloween party with Bill Belichick?
No.
Okay, I'm guessing I'm really stupid. There's a big time wide receiver in New England. I can't remember his name. Who's the big New
Randy
England?
Moss?
I think it was Randy Moss. Yes. I think I don't know if it was the that HBO show where they follow him around, Hard Knocks. Follow him in, he goes into Bill Belichick's office and he's just, never smiling, just kind of what I want kind of thing. And he's like, "Hey man, so listen, we I got this Ronda's." He's like, I'm throwing this Halloween party and I think it'd be cool to go. There's gonna be drinks and music and stuff. I think it'd be fun. He's like, okay, like, is that it? Like, yeah, okay, fine. And then like it cuts to the party and he shows up with his 30-year-old wife, still same face, but just Jack Sparrow. It's just like
Bill Belichick
dude.
is like undercover, probably the funnest fucking dude in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this
Stone
dude,
cold shit talking, but never laughing.
Once you get him away from football and he can go into his true calling, which is just being a fucking party god.
That's like Tom Brady whenever he left the Patriots and ended up down in the Buccaneers. Like Florida Tom was fantastic.
They're all everybody's
Tampa
so
Tom.
stuffy when they're with New England with the Patriots, and then when they leave, they loosen up like they've got a loadout. Like all that cheese just kind of stuffs you up.
Yeah.
So the crafts.
Yeah.
All the craft cheese.
I was like, Wisconsin?
Makes you constipated.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's a bad joke.
No, it was a great joke.
It was a fantastic.
Who else? Who else is on the list?
So we've got Matt Eberflus, Bears head coach.
What do you think of
I
that?
don't know who that is.
I'll skip him for now.
Okay.
I got
Bears.
questions.
I got questions about
Dennis
that.
Allen.
I don't even
For
know.
the Saints.
Okay.
He
They would
should
be going to the. He should be fired.
He should be. He's just
He
not.
should be
He's not a
fired.
head coach.
I mean,
He's had two
there's a good chance
chances,
of going to
he's
the
blown 'em.
playoffs, though.
Yeah, but as a sub 500 team.
I think
aren't
they ahead of
that
Seattle
seems like
right
to be
now?
the
Because
kind of the
division.
culture there
Because
in the
of- yeah.
NFC South, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The NFC
And
South
then
just sucks.
we'll stick in the NFC South with Arthur Smith for the Falcons.
Falcons.
Um,
What about the Carolina? He was probably gonna get fired, didn't he?
no,
Really?
he's
You don't
not
think
on
so?
the list. And then the
Wow.
last one on this list is Brian Dable.
See,
Who
I
is
don't
that?
know because last year
Giants.
Big
I was
guy.
really impressed with.
Oh yeah.
with
Oh, he looks
Brian
like
Dable.
Keith. Yeah.
I just think
You gotta-
Daniel Jones isn't it.
Ryan, can you pull up
But
a picture of
last
Keith, the
year,
head coach
he
of the
had-
Giants?
Last year, Brian Dable actually had
Too
Daniel
stoned.
Jones looking.
Come on,
pretty
do
good.
it. No, you're not. You
Click
can
the
do
buttons.
it. Yeah. Sorry, Rick. What? Go ahead, Rick.
I was just saying, last year Brian Dable actually had Daniel Jones looking pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened this year? Daniel Jones
He
had lost.
had Daniel Jones on his roster.
Yeah.
Daniel
And
Jones was who
Daniel
we all
Jones
thought
got hurt.
Daniel Jones was.
Yeah.
He got paid in.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Put a hat on him.
Imagine my mouse cursor is a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't fire Keith. There's
Yeah,
a picture. He had a thinner beard, but
You can't fire Keith.
but you know what? It's
he
some
looks
of
so
those
good in that blue.
some of those
Green's not a good color.
He's
Blue's
going to
his
Green
color.
Bay. You know, sometimes I think
It isn't baseball season.
when you're restarting, like when you want to do a clean slate, you know, even if the coach isn't half bad, you know, I think there might be something to like, hey, we're just doing everything brand new, just turning the page on everything. That might be a reason to get a new coach. Just that in itself.
I think they give that team has played so hard for him. Like he has not lost that team like some of these other
Yeah.
I honestly I feel like what's his name in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni.
Sirianni. I feel like
that's pretty
Sirianni
scary.
is starting to lose that team.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
My iPhone, I said Sirianni, and it popped up because it had Siri in it. It's listening to me. That's not creepy at all.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Arthur Smith.
Yes.
This ties in to my Matt Eberflus stuff.
Just look up Arthur Smith here.
So he's with the
Atlanta.
Falcons. He's just never been a good coach, but they love him there.
Is he going to win the
owner-
division? Or is it the Buccaneers?
No, the Bears fucking steamrolled them last week or the week before. No,
But who's winning the NFC South right now?
Either the Saints or the Bucks.
That's okay. But the
Whoever wins that game.
Atlanta was close though, like up in the division.
They
The
were
Bucks
until last
are-
week,
the Bucks and the Saints are both 8-8.
and they play each other this week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
So
This is why I hate having a 7th seed in the NFL. It's because you already have like guys who
just
are like,
weirdness.
You leave
You
that
know.
7 seed alone.
That's good. Keith's
hey, we're
holding
fighting
on
for
to
it too, boy.
Hey,
You need more help than we do.
we're gonna do our part. Don't
Go
worry.
Bears!
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, Ryan. Yeah.
But so speaking of, there's a
kill you.
lot of contention in Bears land right now. There's split factions everywhere. There's people that are 100%. We have to keep Matt Eberflus. There's people that are 100%. We have to keep Justin Fields. There's other people that are, we got to trade, we got to fire, we got to blah, 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 blah. I don't know where I sit right now because I'm seeing a lot more smoke lately about Caleb Williams and the Bears keeping that number 1 overall pick and drafting Caleb Williams because Kevin Warren nor Ryan Poles were there when we drafted Justin Fields. They
Right.
deserve to have their guys. Okay? I think, and it's probably more than 50-50 now. It's probably more 60-40. I'm leaning what they do is they trade Justin Fields to the Falcons. He's from Atlanta. They want him. Now that also predicates They want him in Atlanta because he is the perfect quarterback for Arthur Smith's offense. So that's why I'm saying
Right.
these are all kind of tied together. All right, you see Arthur Smith get fired. Okay, well, maybe Justin sticks around in Chicago. Maybe that means Eberflus sticks around in Chicago.
So
But I don't know. I
I'll-
just don't know. There's like so much uncertainty, and I was so sure of everything about a week ago.
Yeah.
Fields had his best game
You've
he's ever
gone
had.
back and
Okay.
forth more than
This-
I can think of.
Yeah, well, it's a hard decision.
Yeah.
It's a very hard decision.
let me ask you this, and this is I assume you don't know this, but maybe you have a little more. You have more inkling of what's going on in Chicago than the three of us do. The game, because when the season started, Fields was talking about how like he's feeling robotic, like he's not making it sound like nothing I'm doing
Right.
feels natural. This is
Right.
just not my game. The games where he's going off, is it just are they letting Fields cook, or is it
Yeah,
just
it's
like
100%. This last, like, since he got back from injury, he's been 100% a different quarterback.
okay? But that's what I'm asking.
In
Is it
look
just like
and feel, stats wise, he's still pretty similar. But
okay? But the games where he's, I mean, I don't know if you can really know what's going on in specific games. But
right.
do you think it's just like, hey, you know what? We're just gonna let you do your thing, or is it Fields like, okay, I'm actually these are the games where I get it now.
These
These are when I'm going off.
A little bit of both. I mean, they've changed play calling up throughout the season. They've
Okay.
nixed some plays. They've added some new wrinkles. They've given him a little more responsibilities and a little more decision-making ability. Because for a while they just like, here are the plays you can call.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
All right.
It-
Now I think he's able to freelance a little bit more, but also the game has slowed down for him noticeably. Like he's
Okay.
making these anticipation throws. That was the talk the whole start of the season is, he can't make those anticipation throws, but he's making them. He's made them for the last few weeks, and
Yeah.
like he's a noticeably better quarterback right
Yeah, Chicago's really turned into
Right.
like a trap team
Well,
where
Chris Long on the Greenlight podcast, him and his brother Kyle Long, former Bear, have a podcast, and they had a segment where they were talking about like Chris is a guy that he's won Super Bowls with two teams. He was part of the Eagles team. He was part of a bunch of Patriots teams, won the Super Bowls. He's been around, and he thinks that the Bears, if they had a couple of calls go their way earlier this season and we would have won, the Bears unplugged himself. The Bears would be a playoff team, and he's like, if I was a team in the NFC going up against how the Bears are playing now, I would be afraid. I wouldn't want to play them. And that's kind of where I'm sitting. Realistically, I know we're quite a few players away from being there, but you're still muted, Danny. Let me unmute you.
Yeah.
Your mic is not connected, it says.
Yeah, it says your mic is not connected.
You might have to turn it off and turn it on. I don't know.
Yeah.
But while you're figuring that out, so for me, it's really hard to say where either of these guys land. Now, do I think that the Bears could upgrade? Fuck yeah, they do. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Still nothing.
Still nothing.
There we go. You had to press a button, didn't you?
Yeah, I did have to press a button.
Yep. User error. I get it.
But I mean, Bears, as they sit right now, are there because they kind of haven't been following a lot of the Bears games, but it just seems like one game they just fucking go off, and then it's back to being the Bears again. Or do you think that this might be like particular matchups that they do? Like if
this team has gotten better.
Do you think they would be a powerhouse? Like maybe not a, necessarily get the division. Well, I mean, maybe get the division. I mean, if you played Detroit twice and you performed pretty well in the last game at Detroit, didn't you?
So if the Bears had 3 really devastating losses. Every time you pull that up, by the way, Danny, I think you're getting ready to take a bite off of one of those like mini wieners. I'm like,
No,
man,
I
those
got a little bit
sound
less
so
on
good,
this.
little cocktail
I'm
wieners.
milking this cigar for
Nice.
what it's worth. Here.
That's funny.
A really
And,
dry cigar.
So, no, if we lost like late in 3 games, like crushing defeats that we should have won. They were just collapses on our part, and we had a few calls that should have gone our way, and they didn't. That being said, that's football. It is what it is.
But you had some high scoring, like,
But
holy shit, look at Field, like he's the guy, and then like it's like, oh, never mind. That was just
if we had 2 of those games go our way, we would be in contention with Detroit for the division, which is crazy to me. I didn't think that's where we would be. Uh-oh.
What's going on here?
Ron to Cincinnati.
Who did this?
I can blow that up a little bit.
I love her. I just
So
art.
I'm like, just as like a creative outlet, I'm working on like a full length script for a movie. I know it's not going to go anywhere, and no one's going to buy it or make it or anything. It's just something to do. And one of the characters is a trans woman named Rhonda, who's like a bodybuilder.
It's Ron to Cincinnati, baby.
Yeah, Rhonda Cincinnati. Yeah, so that's what you pull up. Like, oh, Rhonda.
Hell yeah, I love that. We helped you. Now you're going to be a published movie.
Yeah. So this is my opportunity to pitch my script here. So if anyone's listening here, let me give you just the lowdown. Yeah.
So with Black Monday, man, I could see a case where every one of these guys except for maybe Brian Dable is fired, and it's gonna be wild.
Do we get through all 8 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we did. And then with Tomlin, there's rumblings about that. I don't understand why.
I don't understand it either.
But man, you know what? They let him go. Fucking Chicago, please.
Well, I was thinking with Seattle too. Honestly,
yeah, well, of course, I think pretty much any team would be thinking the same thing. Like,
yeah, I mean, I love Pete Carroll.
You don't have a coach like that.
And I think Carroll is a little of a Tomlin guy, where he takes no matter what he's dealt, he's produced a playoff team.
But
but he's
Pete
just not.
Carroll is like
he's long
cool
in the
grandpa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he'll take you out to the shed in the back, his man shed, and give you a sody pop and tell you stories about Vietnam. All right?
He's cool.
But like Mike Tomlin is that fucking cool black dude that lives in your neighborhood, and he invites your family over for the barbecue, and he's like...
But you hear about the stuff with like AB and, like the chaos that he was handling.
Oh my God!
Behind the scenes, like, wow, okay, this was.
Yeah, we'll find out one day when he
that...
passes away. Like, he does all this other stuff, and he'll be sainted.
Yeah,
mainly because of the AB stuff and having to deal with that. That was his trial and tribulation.
Yeah. Well, it was AB, and who was the
Le'Veon.
Bell.
Yeah,
and the rapist Big Ben.
Yeah, a lot to deal with there. And even when like Big Ben was just, the last like 3 years, he's just shitty. They're still a playoff team, So I don't know. Like I said, with Pete Carroll, I just don't see him making a Super Bowl team. He's just puts the team together just enough, and I feel like he's he's a defensive minded coach, and he always wants to be like a run first offense, and he just cannot put together a run first team, and the defense is always subpar.
Tell you what, the backs that we have though are damn good running backs.
They are, but they're not good. They're not good enough to like say like Tennessee, the last like 2 years, not this year, but the last 2 years, where it's like you could have like a Derrick Henry just run the team,
Ryan Tannehill.
And we had
I think a big problem with that too, though, is a lot of our O line has been patchwork all season long. The first game
for the last
like
decade.
I'm just saying, like, just looking at this year in a vacuum, Hell, the first game we end up losing 2 starters.
Mhm.
We end up signing 40-year-old Jason Peters.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
was he the
saying?
oldest player in football?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, no, he is now. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Not the oldest that has played, but
right.
the oldest that is currently.
I thought
playing.
Tucker was like in his 40s, but I think Tucker's only like 33 or something. Like he's not.
Man has such a
he's
beautiful
not as
voice.
really. Oh, he's a singer. I
He's an
forgot about
opera
that.
singer.
Yeah,
I didn't know
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah,
I did
he's
not
an
know
opera
that. That's
singer.
Justin
crazy.
Tucker is an
Wow.
opera singer.
yeah.
You guys want to get into some scores? It's the last one of
Let's
the year.
do it. Absolutely. I don't care if we
Last
go
one of
long.
the
Let's do it.
season.
I gotta figure out what.
It's Friday. Baby.
Like-
Steelers. Saturday.
Baby.
Tomorrow. Saturday, January
Oh,
6th.
Saturday game.
Oh, Jesus.
There's
At
2 Saturday games.
3:30
versus-
p.m.
Oh,
The Steelers
oh yeah.
versus the Ravens. The Steelers, who are guaranteed a over 500 season.
Yeah.
I
How
think
about that?
Tomlin
We'll end
has
on a bad
only
note.
had those.
Yeah.
We'll end on a bad note as well. I don't know because I don't think the Ravens. I think I know Lamar's sitting. Isn't Huntley playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Huntley is
Brett
playing.
Hundley.
So yeah, they might. Well, I don't know. They might.
Who do you guys got in that one?
I'll take the Steelers.
Nah,
They got-
I'll still take the Ravens. Like
Bless you.
the Ravens still have a defense.
No, I know, but Steelers got decent defense too. I'll take the Steelers. I think divisional games are always tough. They sit in their quarterback. They're obviously, not playing for something as big as the Steelers are. I'll take them.
So- While you guys were talking, I wanted to bring this up because I brought up the 9-7 thing with Tomlin for a reason.
Right.
Steelers have secured their 17th straight non-losing season under Mike Tomlin.
That's insane.
He has never lost a season.
That is insane.
That's
That's
crazy.
insane.
But
Yeah.
his postseason record is 8-9.
Yeah.
But-
Went to a Super Bowl once.
No, it's nuts. 172-102. This is the record. Why the fuck would you find that?
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
they haven't started building statues to the man.
Right.
Yeah. He should be Pittsburgh royalty at this point for sure.
Yeah.
But it's got to be of him in his Letterman jacket on the sideline.
Oh, of
When
course.
Jacoby Jones
Yeah.
coming down the sideline
Yeah.
directly in the way and saying, "I'm not in the way."
Yeah.
Like the bottom of the statue has like a little bit of paint on it, a little bit of white paint. So I don't think that this game affects standing at all. It doesn't
No, the
because the
Ravens-
Ravens they're the number 1 seed. They've clinched that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the Steelers win this one. And it's just because they're probably going to sit so many people for the Ravens. Although they are playing at home. So you don't ever want to lose
Yeah.
to a rival in a home stadium. Fuck it. I'm going to switch back. I'm going to pick the Ravens to win this.
Yeah, I'd take the Ravens. It'll be an ugly game, but I'll take the Ravens.
Yep.
I will take the Ravens as well, just because it's at home.
Island boy.
Island boy.
All right. Speaking of Island Boys.
If I lose, I have to
going-
make out with my brother. That's how we do for the island.
Hello.
I don't have a brother.
7:15 Saturday. We've got the Texans versus the Colts.
I think this is gonna be a fun game.
Both of them still have something to play for.
Yep.
The AFC South, all three.
The division.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are 3 teams in the AFC South that are 9-7 right now.
That's insane.
The
Great.
Jags, the Colts, and the Texans.
Dude,
Could you
the
imagine?
Colts.
Can you imagine if Gardner Minshew and the Colts got
Yeah,
in over the
Minshew.
Jacksonville Jaguars?
If it's not the Jags, I hope it's Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Wazoo boy. I think the Colts
Unfortunately,
are.
it won't be.
I think the Colts are one of the. Why is what's his name coming back?
No, I'm just
Stroud?
saying that I think the Texans.
You think
win.
you're saying Texans?
Yeah.
Man, the Colts have been one of the most fun. Colts have been really fun. All their wins, I feel like, have just been so scrappy and
Mhm.
ugly, just like broken down plays. Like, oh shit, like this isn't working. Run the ball, or just
Yeah.
I mean, it
like,
helps
seems
when you've got a very, very, very talented running back.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. They just their wins just look ugly, and I love it. Kind of rooting for. Oh,
Is
shit.
Stroud out, or is he's playing? Right?
He
I
should be
haven't seen
playing,
him.
isn't he?
Is playing.
He should be playing.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought he did. No,
Yeah.
I'm taking the Texans on this one.
Yeah.
They're playing in Indy. So you always got that little bit of home juice, but
Yeah.
I just think I like Stroud over Minshew,
Agreed.
and I
Yeah.
really like how D'Amico Ryans has this team playing.
I'm a
Yeah.
Stroud fan this year. See, I'm rooting for the Colts, but I like Stroud. He's fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I'm rooting for the
I'm
Colts
happy
as
for
well,
him.
but I like the Texans enough. And I love what, like Brian said, I love what D'Amico Ryan's done for this team. I love how
Yeah.
CJ Stroud has kind of revitalized that franchise.
Yep.
You know, post Deshaun Watson era, post Bill O'Brien fucking circus.
This is one of those. This is one of those games where it's like, I'm really fine with either outcome.
Yeah,
100%.
Like
exactly.
I'm happy with either one.
And week
Exactly.
4, like I think like week 4, looking at if we saw this schedule coming up there, none of us would give a shit about this game.
No.
But it got to the end of the year, it's like, damn, dude, I'm kind of excited about this one.
Same.
Well, unless
Same.
Richardson was healthy, you know what I mean? Then I think you would go, okay, this is a end of the season Colts beat down of the Texans, but surprise, surprise.
I don't know about
No,
that.
I disagree. I think
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
about
no,
that.
I'm saying
Minshew-
week 4, you would have thought that had Anthony Richardson still had, was your quarterback.
I just don't. I think Minshew's playing better than he would be if he was healthy right now. I think it's just.
I don't know.
I do,
Richardson
yeah.
was playing pretty good.
He was
Let's
playing
see.
really good.
Yeah.
Better than
well,
what Minshew.
I think
Not say like
my-
stats,
He was
but
playing
like
dangerous. That's why he got hurt.
My saying that isn't so much an indictment on Richardson as it is like just knowing what I know about the Texans at this point in the season and how
Right.
they've performed at this. But at that point, like, yeah, maybe you're right. Like, I'd probably be looking at this in a little bit of a different light. But
Yeah.
either way, it's going to be a fun game.
It's going to be a good game.
I
I'm
love
excited for the outcome
either
either way.
outcome.
who we
Super
picking?
happy for. As a former Texans fan, I am so happy for those fans. You know,
Yeah,
They-
I'm picking the
they-
Texans.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Texans as well. Although I'm slightly rooting for the Colts, but I'll be happy with either
Yeah.
outcome.
Yeah.
I'll be an island boy again, unless
Island
Keith comes with me.
boy.
Keith, you want to join me?
going. Nah, I don't want to be
Okay.
on
All right. I'll go with the Colts.
It's because you said you were going to make out with your brother and not Keith.
Yeah,
I know. It's
that's
like, just give me the
I'm
chance.
not
jealous.
I'm not getting on an island with you, friend. Sorry.
Maybe
Right.
We'll make
Keith
out
is
with
the brother.
He's the brother.
Ooh. Ooh, this is getting
Hashtag total fallacy and more.
this is
I
after
can
dark.
Yeah.
All right. The Browns march into the Bengals. Ronda Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Rhonda, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm
This
so
could
happy with
be-
that.
That's just
Blake's
going to be
gonna
a
come
thing
back
from now
next
on.
week.
So funny.
Blake's gonna
I'll
come
say-
back next week and not know what the fuck that is. And we're just gonna keep saying,
It's like it's trending on Twitter. Like, no, what is around in Cincinnati?
fuck's
Where'd that
Ronda
come from? The Browns, I think, have been okay. Cincinnati's my number 2 team. I'm rooting for them, but I think the Browns have been like my number 3. Thank you. Probably one of my favorite teams to watch this year. They've been one of those things like, oh, their season should be over like multiple times, and they keep putting it together. And Njoku is like, oh, he is a starting tight end that's a killer, and then
7 years into his career.
yeah. Flacco, I'm glad to see him back, doing. I think he should have gotten way more time in New York than he did. So there's oh man. Although I do love, I'm a big Jake Browning fan right now too. Another UW guy.
I'd feel more like I'd be rooting more for the Bengals if McCarron was behind center.
Mhm.
Same.
But that's because I'm biased. Battlehawks.
I'm taking the Browns to win, but I'm definitely rooting for Cincy.
Flacco is not playing.
Neither team
Flacco's
has
not
anything.
playing?
Neither team
No.
has anything to play for in this one.
Because the Bengals can't even get into the playoffs. at this
Bengals
point.
are eliminated.
They are. Wow.
Yep.
Browns
And,
don't move up or down.
Yep. Browns. Are
Where do
locked
the
in
Browns
first
sit in
spot.
the AFC seating?
The number
They're the number
5, right? They should be number 5 in seed.
Oh, let me pull up my playoff seating. Sorry. Yeah,
5.
they're
Yeah, it's
5
5.
seed. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't move up because they would have the Ravens are above them, and they can't move
Yeah.
down because all of the
rest of the wild card is below them.
wild
Yeah.
card is lower.
Because you got like
Gotcha.
the Colts or Texans, depending on who's wins, or Jags. I
That'll be
guess.
the South winner, so they'll be above them.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
who else is around there?
There's like the 4 seed.
Yeah.
Well, the 4 seed will be the South.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the Jaguars or the Colts or the Texans.
That's insane.
Yeah.
3 different teams fighting for the championship.
So there's still 9 teams in play for the AFC. And so it's, obviously Baltimore, Miami, Kansas City, Cleveland, Jacksonville, Jacksonville, Indy, and Texans, all 9-7. Buffalo's another wild card team. They're 10-6.
Oh.
The
Either the
Steelers
Chiefs-
are also 9-7.
So couldn't the if the Bills win, couldn't the Browns move down in the
No.
in the wild card now? Because
I don't think so.
I think
they beat the
there's
Bills?
I think it's
Where they
it
are in
comes
their
down
division?
to- it's strength of schedule is what it comes down
something
to.
is okay.
Yeah, so if the Browns lose and the Bills win, so both
Browns are
teams
still
are
ahead.
11-6. The
Yeah.
Browns' strength of schedule is 539, and the Bills is 457, and then they also have strength of victory, and the Browns is 517, and the Bills is 444.
Are you saying
I'm surprised that like
wouldn't be
standings
strength of
within your
schedule.
division doesn't factor into it.
Is that your term for the division? Because isn't that what comes up next? Because it's like what first is your record, and then what's your record in your division? That's what's next.
So they are both currently 3-2 in the division.
Gotcha.
Then did they have a head to head? Did they play? Then there's a head to head after that, right? And did they ever
I
play
don't know if they played each
the
other.
Bills?
They didn't. Yeah, there is. Maybe they can swap. I don't know, but
Okay.
I thought they were locked in where they're at. but
If
I don't
Flacco's
know.
not playing, then they obviously know
yeah,
they
They're
know better.
comfortable with.
They
Yeah.
have the
maybe
same
they-
conversation we're having. They're like, oh yeah, we're pretty
Maybe
sure
they-
we're in there.
maybe they want to be the 6th seed, so they play. Because it would be. Well, Baltimore would get the week off, so it'd be 2 versus 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
3
6 versus 5.
versus 6.
Yeah, 3 versus
3
6.
versus 6.
4 versus 5.
5.
And then in the second round, doesn't like
I'd
the
rather fucking face the Jags, so I don't know.
doesn't the top seed face like whoever the lowest remaining seed is at that
Yeah,
point?
it's something like that. Yeah.
And then the number 2, well, they have to they don't get a bye anymore, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Right. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
still 10 teams in the running for the NFC.
I'll tell you what, before we get off of the AFC, I
For
will say
one
this,
spot.
love the Seahawks. I think that they'll be lucky to make it into the playoffs. So with that being said, part of
Need
me
a
is
lot of
actually actively rooting for the Cleveland Browns to win it all.
What does that have to do with the Seahawks? Oh, the
I
Super
mean,
Bowl.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Oh, when
God
all
damn,
of it.
Can you imagine the
Yeah.
jokes?
That would be pretty sweet.
I mean, but there's so much
Somebody's-
more at play. Like,
Somebody on
Just-
that team has got to get a toilet paper sponsorship.
Oh, 100%.
Joe Flacco has got to get toilet paper money if he actually takes the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Right.
about-
Let's break this down like piece by piece.
Just writes itself.
Just the mere fact of the Cleveland Browns winning the Super Bowl. Had any one of us at any point in literally our entire lives
Yeah,
brought that up, you'd be laughed out of the room.
that's true. And how many
Then you
quarterbacks
add
they
in-
switched with?
Right. Then you add in, okay, we're going to bring in Joe Flacco's corpse off the street and we're going to win it
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
And he
All
and
the meme is just the gold mine. The
we're gonna perform
absolute
some
gold
sort of
mine.
weird necromancy and turn him into MVP Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
By the way,
Which I think he should be. I
You know-
honestly think he should be.
I'm
Some-
in agreement with you.
Something I'm really surprised about. There wasn't more memes about Odell Beckham getting a Cleveland steamer when he played for Cleveland Browns.
Yo,
like,
did y'all see
no
that
one-
one meme about?
I
there
almost
was-
for the last game of the season, I almost tried to see if like Odell Beckham Jr. was like out on the waivers in our league, and I was gonna pick him up and start him. But actually, I
that's funny.
probably would have been good because I might have won because he actually did have some good catches.
Yeah, no, he's kind of showed up a little bit.
Speaking of Odell,
he did
did
at
y'all
the end of
see
the
that
year.
one meme about? And I don't know how true it is, but remember back when he was with the Giants?
Yeah.
He ended up like bringing the team out onto
Yeah,
like some
a boat.
or whatever,
A big yacht.
and then they ended up losing like pretty bad in the playoffs or whatever the hell it was.
Yep.
And then the same thing, like there was a meme about him doing like a similar thing in Baltimore, like right before the playoffs.
Yep. He's
What?
doing it. He rented a big yacht and he's taking the team out on the big yacht.
Oh, never
Dicey
mind.
proposition.
We should do the same thing. I'm thinking. I got my mind on the Cleveland Steamers. Sorry.
Oh, pooping
hey,
on
next team.
somebody.
Yeah. No, I think you get pooped on. I don't
No,
think you.
when you give, you can give and you can receive.
I
a
don't think you.
Cleveland
I don't think
steamer.
you pay to give a Cleveland steamer. I think you pay
I almost
someone.
did.
Really?
I
Oh,
offered
shit.
a lady $200 to give her a Cleveland steamer. I even told her she could put saran wrap down, and it was all joking. 100% joking.
I don't
She
know,
was just talking about
$200
how
is
she was
like-
like, "Man, I'm gonna be
sounds like
short on rent this month," and I was like, "I got $200 in my pocket. You let me poop on your chest." I was 22 years old,
I
and
don't know. I was gonna
she
say like
thought
two-
about it, and I was like,
gonna
"I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to
Jesus.
perform.
I was gonna say.
I got a shy butthole."
I've sat here and ran every scenario.
Every Cleveland steamer scenario.
No, on ESPN's playoff
I'm gonna
projection
go
page,
get some peanuts.
Yeah. Continue. Yeah.
Sorry, Keith. Go ahead.
I've sat here and ran every like scenario like for games this weekend.
I was eating
Cleveland
corn.
can't move off the 5 seed. God damn it!
They can't.
Okay.
They can't move up or down.
No, I've run everything because if you go to
Okay.
ESPN, you can like click like
Yeah.
win or lose. They can't move off the 5 seed.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why they're sitting Flacco.
I was gonna say with like when you say like, oh yeah, for $200, that sounds like it's like Keith or Ryan has $200. I don't know. Like that's thank you. Yeah. If you said like, oh yeah, for like $5,000, you know, that's like, oh no, I know you're joking. When you say $200, it's like that
Well,
sounds like you're telling
Dude,
like
I
you're
was
for real,
always
dude.
like broken shit growing up, and so like $200 was like
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a lot of money at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I remember minimum wage being like $7.
Anyway, we're already at an hour and a half in. Let's get to the
Keep
NFC
going.
playoff.
But we're having
Just gotta
fun
go
though.
jerk it, man. He's ready.
You can
He's
do it
gotta
on
go to-
camera. The waist is
We're
below
only one
the
game
camera
into Sunday. Vikings, Lions, we're on to Cincinnati.
line. Yeah.
We're off to Cincinnati.
Oh, who did we pick for that? We were all picking Cleveland.
Picking the Bengals.
Really?
I'm picking
Yeah.
the Bengals. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Man, I would pick
yeah.
Cleveland,
I'll
but-
pick the Bengals just because that rookie undrafted quarterback
right.
kind of sucked.
Jake
and
Jake Browning.
What?
No,
Drake
for
Browning's-
the
I was
Browns.
gonna say Drake Browning's doing great.
DTR.
He almost won me
DTR,
my
yeah.
toilet bowl for the league.
Hey, you know what?
I think
he won
Browning's
me a
great.
motherfucking championship.
Browning did.
Yes, he
Fuck
did.
yeah, dude. Okay, I'll
Baker
take Bengals,
Mayfield
too.
won me one after I bent or after I
Baker
cut
helped.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Bortles won. Or no, I didn't win that one. He got me to a championship. Blake Bortles.
Anyway, NFC
who's
playoff
that?
picture.
Detroit and Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah,
I'm taking Detroit.
I'm taking Detroit too.
Fuck the
You know,
Vikings.
they're already pretty locked in, but I think
that's right,
they're
they're in the
at home. This is a week after that fucking debacle in Dallas.
They
Yeah.
could move up
They're
to a 2 seed.
Pissed right now, and
Yeah,
they
we
can
just-
move
Well, they
up.
should be.
We never talked about that. You guys watched that John Boy breakdown of that? I just
No,
watched
I
that
didn't know
today.
he did a. I
He
did not know
actually-
he did a breakdown.
His breakdown actually gives a lot of credit to the refs. I don't know the guy's name, but the number 70. There's a video of him seeing because I don't really know the motion about too much about reporting in O-line about being eligible receiver. Yeah, there's a video that he shows of number 70 looking at the ref. Is like put his hand up, going across the chest, and the ref looks at him and says like, "I see you, okay." And then, but the other guy, 64, I don't know these
68.
O-lines.
68.
Decker.
I
Yeah.
don't know why you guys know this.
I watched it a million
He's
fucking
re-
times. That's how I know.
You see him reporting to a different ref, same thing.
No.
So that's why the
No,
confusion.
They reported to the same ref, but
I don't think it was the same
70.
ref.
No, it was the same exact ref.
It was because the
Stafford
ref with
said-
the white hat.
Stafford said, "Hey," our golf said, "Go report in the huddle." But at the same time, 70, who has came in,
He was coming
several
in,
times
yes.
through the game. He done it more than once in that game, and went to that
Okay.
same official, said, "Hey, I'm eligible."
Okay, but he's
But
the one who
68
was
did it at
screaming.
the same
I
time."
didn't say shit. I didn't say shit, and it's
Yeah.
clear as day. He's reporting to the ref, hand up, rubbing the chest,
Mhm.
and the ref points to him
I'll
like,
have to go
"Yeah,
back and watch that.
I got you."
Because I watched
So-
that replay a billion times and I
Right.
didn't see that at
Yeah,
all.
I'll have to
Right,
watch.
yeah,
that. I don't want to.
check-
I don't want to pull it up on here. 'cause
No,
I'm
it's
gonna get,
fine, and I
copyright
hate,
strike,
like-
and people should go to John Boy's stuff anyways because they do
Right,
a good job.
and I don't want to give Dallas any more credit because I just like being fuck you Dallas, but
Right.
a little bit.
Also,
I don't hate Dallas
well-
as much as you guys, but
And I've said this like a million times about that whole debacle. Like my criticism of that was not even necessarily an indictment on Dallas so much as it was an indictment on Brad Allen, who has been at the center of controversy literally all season long.
Yeah.
His crew has been just absolute dog shit. They've been
The
criticized
Angel
more than
Hernandez
any
of
other
NFL.
officiating crew.
now if it was like the XFL when they're all mic'd up and you can hear the conversations.
Dude,
Yeah.
we
Might
need
alleviate
we need
some
the
of the-
sky judge in the NFL so
Mhm.
bad.
But even just the mic, I was critical about some of the reffing in the XFL because I felt like they didn't have anywhere near the amount of camera work the NFL have. So when they let
Right.
the guys play, they get together like, I didn't see it. Did you see it? Not really. I guess
Right.
we'll just leave the play as called. And then you look at the replays on, when they review the play, there's just like no angle to show like what happened. So I was a little more miffed about the refs, but at least it's transparent.
Right.
When there's so much when we talk about the game being scripted, it's shit like this that happens where it makes you say, yeah, I think you guys are like throwing the game to try and, because you guys want Dallas to go in the playoffs or like be the number one seed or not number one seed, but the division
it was
winner,
Jimmy
right?
Johnson night too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the stuff like, hold on.
I
a
would
minute,
not
but-
be surprised if there's an investigation.
right. But
I
like
think
said,
there should be. I think
if-
they should at least look into it because of the prevalence of sports betting. We've
Mhm.
already seen
Yes, that's a
high
great-
profile players get in trouble with it. So
Yeah.
I mean, they had the
Right.
whole thing with the whole team in Detroit with betting and
Right.
stuff earlier this year. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm picking the Lions on this one.
Okay, I'm taking Lions too.
Lions.
Keith, Lions,
Lions. I'm not picking the fucking Vikings.
We
All right.
agree.
Jaguars, Titans. Titans
Oh.
obviously eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Is Trevor
Jaguars.
Lawrence playing?
They have to win
I don't
to have
know.
a shot to be in the playoffs.
Trevor, like he got hurt right for the last game, but I thought that was just
He didn't
It's
play
his
last week.
shoulder.
he didn't play any at all last week.
He didn't play at all last week.
Oh, I thought like it was just a kind of a one-off thing.
No, he didn't play at all last week.
I didn't realize he was having an issue not playing.
He is currently a game time decision.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
well. He's got a sprained AC joint in his throwing shoulder,
Okay.
and I have had one of those, as we've talked about on here before, and I could tell that throwing motion sucked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I still think that team has enough to play for, regardless of if Trevor,
Yeah.
plays or not. I'm
Normally,
gonna pick the Jaguars.
This one's tough because normally I'd say like, well, just let Travis Etienne carry you, but the Titans are one of the better run defenses in the entire league.
Mhm.
They're kind of a pass funnel team.
Yeah.
You know,
Who would
so-
be who's the backup in Jacksonville?
CJ Beathard.
Okay.
God
yeah.
damn! I just realized that Derrick Henry has 261 carries this season.
There was a
crazy.
crazy game where he
It's crazy.
ended up rushing. It was like 17 attempts for 9 yards one
Yeah.
week.
That's he was
Something
like
crazy
he's
like
my number one pick, my fantasy team, and he's just
Oof.
that killed me. Cup killed me.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb killed me in our league.
Tua, another guy who's like you think like, oh, Tua's doing great, right? Their team's like number one in their division, they're killing it. But it's like when you look at the stats, like, oh shit,
Yeah.
he's actually not fantasy football wise, not that great.
I've been saying that about Tua all season.
Yeah. I mean,
Blake don't
they-
want to listen to me because he's a fucking Alabama boy.
they get the W, so it doesn't really matter.
You traded for him, and
Yeah.
I did because I still needed a quarterback. God damn it!
Okay,
All
who's
right.
next?
Should have picked up Flacco.
Move along, boys.
Hindsight, right?
Yeah.
Jets,
Browning.
Patriots.
Gross.
Jets, surprisingly, Jets.
are the favorite.
Yeah. I
not
bet
the
they
favorite
are.
in this game,
Really?
and also eliminated from the playoffs. Both
Yeah.
teams.
Well, yeah, both of them are. God. This is probably
This
the one.
is
Is this
in
one going to be
Foxborough.
televised? I bet this is a televised game, too.
Is it
I bet it
a
is.
nationally
like
televised?
like a
Ugh.
national game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll
they're
most
also
likely.
I bet you it is. This just feels like ones they're looking down the schedule like, oh yeah, this is going to be a great
It's Aaron
divisional
Rodgers
game.
versus Bill Belichick.
Zappa. Yeah.
Zappa.
I'm pretty sure I'll get the Vikings Lions here just because we're like within that area.
I
Right.
hope so.
Man, I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. I
Really,
hate the Jets,
honestly,
and I hate the
don't give
I
two
hate the
shits about
Patriots
this
too.
game.
I hope for
Two
a
of them
tie.
at least. Yeah, I hope
Ah.
one
Tie in
stadium to
NFL.
collapse.
This
hate
is
the
what
Who
I
do you
want.
got?
so much.
This is what I want to happen. I want the Patriots to be leading 13-7 going into the last 2 minutes. And Bill Belichick, in a stroke of just pure, unadulterated hatred for Robert Kraft, walks off the field, 2 minutes left,
Without a shirt on.
gets in his car,
AP style.
and drives away as the Patriots go to blow in the most hilarious fashion this game to the Jets, and they lose 20 to whatever I said.
Yeah.
So there is a video I've been trying so hard to find for cannot confirm or deny, and I'm just gonna give it to you because I can't find it. There's a video where Bill Belichick gets pissed off. And he goes and he pulls his pant leg out and he goes into his sock, pulls a red flag and looks at it like, "Gah!" And I wanted to write a comment, or the joke being that Bill Belichick was pissed off that someone switched his ankle pistol for a red flag. But I can't find like all the videos I find. He's going there and he just like throws the flag, but there's one somewhere where he just like he goes in, and it looks like like so it just looks like he's just frustrated that someone took his ankle pistol. Are you looking for it?
I'm looking for it right now. I'm gonna
I
find
can't
it.
find it.
Ryan, we do get Vikings, Detroit,
Do we?
and Falcons, Saints.
I got other shit going on that day.
Yeah.
Gross.
Okay.
3:25.
Anyway.
All right.
I don't even want to vote on the. Okay, Jets. I just want to move
Yeah,
on.
let's just let's
Jets.
go with
Tie.
the
Jets,
Jets.
yeah.
Hi.
Falcons, Saints. Falcons are eliminated.
Now that's a toilet bowl.
So
Oh, the Falcons are officially eliminated. They can't.
Saints.
The Saints have
still
something
win
to
the
play
division.
for still, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Saints.
Take the Saints. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick because I think Arthur Smith knows his ass is on the line. I'm gonna pick the Falcons in this one
Okay.
because
Are you an island boy?
what it does is it shows that team still plays for him, and then it also fucks a division rival last season of the game.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, division
Big
games are.
surprise.
I don't trust him or Dennis Smith or what the
Allen.
fuck? What the fuck is that guy? Yeah,
Allen?
Dennis Allen. Dennis
Allen.
Allen.
You sound like me. Never remember
Yeah.
everyone's name.
I don't trust.
I
Yeah,
know,
I don't know why I
Donnie.
just said a
I
brain
know.
fart there. I don't trust. I don't trust any of them. I don't trust either coach in this game.
The Saints
Yeah.
will be scoreboard watching because they need the Bucks to lose. If the Bucks don't
That's
lose,
true.
it doesn't
That's
matter.
true because the Bucks have the tiebreaker.
Well, they're playing. Bucks are playing Carolina, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So if
Carolina
if-
also nothing to play for.
right, but if
Um,
the Bucks win and New Orleans wins, who wins the division?
Bucks.
Oh, the
Bucks.
Bucks do. Okay.
Yep.
Well, all right. Okay.
I think the Falcons play up, and I think they beat them. I'll be on that island. I don't care.
You know
I'll
what?
go with you.
It's because I didn't offer to kiss him. I don't offer.
I'm actually kind of thinking about switching too because
I'm a man about action. all right?
Atlanta
I'm just
was
gonna
winning.
Grab him and kiss him.
Atlanta was winning the division for like most of the season, weren't they?
No, I think they had
a
a- they-
week.
It was
Yeah.
mostly
A
Really
week
long
where they were
season.
winning. Okay. All right. Whatever.
This is getting-
God, I hate this division.
it's
Remember when Carolina was so good? Cam Newton going to the
Hang
Super
on,
Bowl.
hang on, time out. So
Yeah,
I
I'm-
just in that ESPN simulator. If the Falcons win,
Simulator.
shut the fuck up. If the Falcons win and the Bucks lose, the Falcons win the division.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Wow.
So the Falcons do have something to play for.
But they need Carolina to win,
Holy shit! And they're
That's
the
a
fourth
big-
seed.
and they'd be the
Damn.
Oh
fourth seed
shit!
hosting a game
God,
Yeah, no.
At
You know what? Give
at
me the
8 and
Falcons.
9. At 8 and 9.
at 8-9.
Give me the
I'll
Falcons.
take the Falcons. You know what? I'm actually gonna root for the Falcons.
Yeah, me
Hey,
too.
like, straight
Same.
up, dude. Like,
Yeah.
fuck the Saints. Let's do this.
But mainly
Like,
because
This playoff
fuck
machine
Derek
is
Carr.
so fucking cool.
Did you find it?
Yeah,
It's fucking sweet, right?
right. It's awesome.
all right.
All right.
Give me the Falcons.
Well,
Okay.
Bucks, Panthers. We're all picking Bucks, right?
yep.
We're all picking Bucks. We're all rooting Panthers.
Oh no,
All
yeah,
picking Buck-
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell, I'll-
I'm
exactly.
picking the Bucks, but I'm gonna root for the
My
Panthers.
heart
You know
is
what?
with
Fuck it.
Carolina.
I'll pick Carolina. I got
Not get on that
That's fine.
island with you. Stop
Yeah.
asking.
Well, hold
Come
on.
on.
Time out. Actually,
give me those
no,
big
no,
old
no.
lips, boy.
All joking
Put some
aside,
cheddar on
isn't-
the cheese.
hey, pause real quick. All joking aside, isn't Baker hurt?
No.
I thought I saw like a
Baker?
questionable tag on him. Maybe I'm tripping.
He was questionable last week, but he played.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
No, he's still questionable. Head coach Todd Bowles said Friday
Baker
night Mayfield
Mayfield
ribs
will
is a
start.
full go. So
8 hours
No,
ago, Baker
I wasn't
Mayfield will
totally
start.
wrong.
no, yeah,
Didn't
he was
Carolina win?
questionable.
Did Carolina win last week or was it the week before they won?
Oh no, Carolina got their asses handed to them by C.J. Beathard in Jacksonville last
Yep.
week.
They almost won 2 weeks ago.
God, Carolina sucks.
We won't say who they were
24-0.
They are
What?
2-14, Danny.
That number one.
You know what
draft
they're gonna
pick
do
is
with that
really
first?
looking
They are
shitty right
first
now.
first overall pick is what they've got.
Yeah.
Do you know what they're gonna do with that first overall pick?
Not a goddamn thing.
Not a
Give it to
fucking
Chicago,
thing,
right?
Not a goddamn
Oh.
thing. They're gonna sit on their thumbs and watch
Yeah.
the Chicago do something with it. I don't know what they're
Yeah.
gonna do.
They're gonna trade him
No
back.
fucking clue.
Yeah.
All right.
What's next?
Afternoon. We got some
Delight.
afternoon games.
Afternoon game.
All right. Broncos, Raiders.
Who cares?
Raiders. How about Wilson? Did you hear the talk about him going to
Hey.
Steelers?
Oh no.
Ooh.
I mean, that's
Wow.
like there's. It was just I think it was like Yahoo News or something. They're saying that their project really means nothing, but they're projecting that
Right.
that's the number one team that would take Wilson. That whole thing is pretty gross. The
You know
way
what I
that,
think?
that's
yeah.
going on.
100%.
Yeah.
I would not.
Before we
I
get
would
into-
not want to
before we
play
get into
for
that-
team at all.
Before we get into that, because I definitely have a lot to say about that. The one
Yeah.
place that my favorite landing spot for Russell Wilson, if it's not with the Broncos, not so much
Seattle.
for the coach, but for the supporting cast. I think my favorite potential landing spot for him would actually be Atlanta. I think that
Yeah.
That's
the
not bad.
supporting cast there like fits him perfectly. Like
Okay,
he
but
has weapons. They have a good run game.
I was gonna say he's
And-
got to be like a game manager quarterback. I know that's what they used to call him for forever. It's like having a guy who's just a capable guy who could
I'm
don't
with
turn
you.
the,
And I think
don't
he
make
could do
him
that.
the elite. Don't look at him as a Patrick Mahomes or the Wilson of the past. Make him a guy that's like, hey, you got the a running game that's just crazy.
The Falcons.
Yeah,
Could you
I think that
imagine-
would be. I think that would be good.
Could you imagine if he went to Minnesota and teamed up with Justin Jefferson?
Gross.
I wouldn't want that. Why?
Good lord.
No,
Oh,
I don't think that would be. A
I don't
good
like
spot
that.
for him. No,
No,
I
thank
don't.
you.
Yeah,
No, no,
I don't
I
like
think
that. I think
Cousins
Atlanta's
right-
a better landing spot.
and I think Cousins right now
Oh, 100%.
is a
yeah.
better quarterback than Wilson.
Yeah,
Right now.
Probably.
Right now,
probably. Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Who you guys picking on that one?
I'm Broncos.
What's the game?
Broncos,
You're picking the
Raiders.
Broncos, the
Not Oakland,
Jarrett
Las Vegas.
Stidham led Broncos.
I'm
Or
going to
the
pick the
Aiden
Raiders.
O'Connell Raiders.
You
I'm
pick
gonna
the
take
I'm picking the Raiders.
The
here. I'm
Raiders.
picking
Raiders.
the Antonio Pierce Raiders.
I'm like,
Raiders.
is this like the fourth island I've been on?
Yes.
Nobody's getting on that island
Who
with you.
they-
Fucking
who they-
Epstein over here.
Oh, hey, like, all right. You're gonna get
Last
the Aaron
week-
Rodgers treatment.
Just
My
kidding.
lawyer
I
will
am
be
just
calling
kidding.
you
I am
very
just
shortly.
That's why Aaron
Last
Rodgers
week-
is off my wall, my friend.
I know.
Last week,
Took you long.
the Broncos played the Chargers, and it was an awful game.
Oh, there he is.
It was an awful game, and I think
Jim
that
Jim Thorpe right there,
Yeah.
grabbing the running back's head. Might be a fullback actually. I don't really know.
as awful as the Chargers have been, looking at that Broncos game last week, which thank God, like the Broncos defense held up because they helped me win the championship last week. But it was just a putrid game with them and the Chargers. And I think that the Raiders are light years ahead of the Chargers. So I think that the Raiders win this one pretty handily.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. This was Wilson, but there was a time in the season where the Broncos looked like something was coming together. They beat the Bills. They beat Kansas City. It's like, oh my God. Okay,
They beat the
let's
shit out of Kansas City.
Yeah, like let's go. Let's get something going here. And then just
Yeah,
all this
that- I
bullshit.
think
And then
Sean Payton is a cancer.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
evidently, like you get a movie made about you, and you're just a fucking diva. Evidently,
I just like I wonder what his contract states versus the Russell Wilson contract, because they like if they release Russell Wilson, like the talk is like they're on the hook. I looked it up
for a lot of money.
last week, and it's like $100 and something million still guaranteed,
Yeah.
like owed to him.
That is,
Or no, it would have been.
insane.
They would
Oh,
have cut him before some certain date. It's like 86 million, but still, like that's
Man.
that's dead money. Like that's like,
yeah.
that's against your salary cap.
See,
You're
why would
short.
you just have him like as a bench player at that point?
Well, because you're still spending that money on him.
You're
Well,
still
hold
spending
on.
that money, but to have Russell Wilson as a backup quarterback at the very least,
Here's
I've
the
got a
thing,
question.
Though. Here's the thing with Russell Wilson this season, though. Like he's still over 3,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. Like,
He's played good.
yeah.
the teams that he beat, it's
I mean, well,
Pr-
well,
pretty-
think about this. Like, we're talking about teams that could pick him up and be better. Like,
Mhm.
why
Yeah,
would you
Atlanta
get rid of
or-
a guy like that? Like, why would you get
Yeah.
rid of a guy that's going to make other teams better?
yeah,
And it's all it's going to do is like fuck you on money.
yeah.
So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, okay,
I have a question.
coach salary does not go against the salary cap.
Mhm.
If I'm the owners and I'm looking at, okay,
I actually didn't know that.
we super bungled the Nathaniel Hackett thing. Sure.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Yep. We super bungled the Nathaniel Hackett thing. It seems like we've super bungled this Sean Payton thing too. It's not going to
Yeah.
go against our salary cap. We're stuck with this guy, this quarterback, for a while. And you know, to be honest with you, he's not doing too bad. Why don't we just fire Sean Payton instead?
But even if he's just like average, like Derek Carr, like when he played for the Raiders. You know, if you just have like a guy who's competent and who's just a little bit better than like a journeyman quarterback, and you just put the tools, and I don't mean you had to put, just crazy wide receivers around him. If you don't make the whole team rest on Russell Wilson, I know he's kind of got, and guys like Jared Jeudy, I really don't know too much about something like that because you haven't had Jared Jeudy with just a crazy good quarterback,
Right.
So it's like, is he a great wide receiver? I really don't know. But like off the top of my head, I don't know who the running back is for Denver.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, I mean, like, I don't think of him Devontae Williams being just
he's not like a name out there.
A powerhouse. He's not.
Yeah,
he's
not a Saquon
powerhouse.
Barkley.
That's what I say. You've built this team to have Russell Wilson be like the Patrick Mahomes, like of that team, and that's ridiculous. I mean, when they first got him, it wasn't a bad idea, but I don't think that's when you're spending $100 million on someone like Russell Wilson. I think it's so dumb to just eat that money, and
I get what you're saying
because you have to pay him regardless of whether you're still paying him whether he's playing for Pittsburgh or you're playing for Denver. So why not just at the very least have him on your bench? And I don't even think you should have him on the bench. I think you should still like have him at least start for another year because who's playing? Who do you have for him?
So
I've got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been trying to ask this question for a little bit. No, it's all good. I'm curious. I know that the whole deal was that they are essentially benching him for the remainder of at least the regular season.
Right.
So that, if he gets injured and he can't pass the physical, by whatever date, they don't, owe him an extra $30 million.
Right.
Is that just limited to the regular season I guess this is a kind of a two-part question. A, what do the Broncos look like in the playoff picture? And B, is that just exclusive to the regular season?
Because I think when they benched him, or at least when they're talking about benching him, talking shit and everything, they seemed like they were kind of in the playoff picture for a bit. I don't think they have any chance of being in the playoff picture right now because of, you think of like the Browns
eliminated.
Yeah, you think of like the Browns, Jacksonville, the Colts, even the Texans and all those guys are all, lined up for the playoffs right now. And I don't even know if the Broncos have a chance to get them. Can they finish 8-8 or it would be?
They're 8-8 right now.
They're 8-8 right now. So I mean, they can finish with a winning with a. Okay,
but they're not going to. Is my point.
Okay, yeah. I just think it was fun last year.
I guess that answers my question.
It was fun last year when it was the first year with the Broncos and watching like Seahawks get all these picks.
Mm-hmm.
Just go up and I just wanted to watch Russell Wilson fail. And like now that year has passed, it's like, man, he's getting fucked.
He's getting treated dirty.
Yeah.
He's getting treated really dirty. And for as much shit as we can talk about Russell Wilson, kind of being, kind of getting to his head a little bit too much of just being a celebrity, right?
Yeah. I
still think that like that being said, like I still think Russell Wilson's a good dude. Like he still has a good heart.
Yeah.
He still does a lot for the community in Seattle. But I think he's a legitimately, I think he has a good heart. He's just, kind of a goofball and a little bit full of himself.
A little Kirk Cousins too.
Yeah, a little bit. But I think that he's got a good heart. He's a good guy, and I hate that they're treating him the way that they're treating him, especially
I do too.
How he's played for them this season.
But no matter where he goes, don't you agree that he'd be a starting quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Right. He's not. Right. Yeah,
so
absolutely. He's still a starting worthy quarterback.
Yeah, I completely. That's what I think, and it makes you wonder if he had the opportunity to play for someone like I would hate it now. But someone like the 49ers, and I always talk about the 49ers because I think they have the best.
No, they have the
most well put together team. Because Purdy, and I don't know if I was getting to the point where I think Purdy actually might be a good quarterback somewhere else too. But I feel like no matter what quarterback you put in that system, you're going to have a winning team. Because
that quarterback's name is Trey Lance.
Or
he played like 2 games.
Well, they traded him.
Right, but he only played like 2 games.
Yeah, well,
right.
There's a reason for that.
fine.
Hell, even Jimmy
We're-
Garoppolo looked good there.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
We got to get moving on to these next games, though.
We're gonna
'cause
get
we
to
are
the
cracking
first
on
2-hour
2.
show. And I
Yeah,
don't
no,
care.
we're already guaranteed to pass that.
I'm actually
Yeah.
Well, I'm like 4 drinks in, so
Oh,
I'm,
well,
having,
there
I'm,
you
having,
go.
I'm having a great time.
Chatty Cathy over here.
Yeah.
Eagles, Giants.
Oh, Ooh, actually,
I'm
Yeah,
picking the
no.
Eagles.
Yeah,
It doesn't
Eagles.
matter here.
yeah.
I'm picking and rooting for the Eagles, like just to piss off Cowboys fans.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
Keith,
Eagles.
Okay, if the Eagles win, are they're still pretty far behind Dallas at this point, or can they actually win the division still?
They need-
Dallas, I think, has the division.
Right,
Dallas
they have
has
the
to
division.
lose.
Unless
Dallas loses to
Dallas,
Washington.
yeah.
So Dallas loses to Washington. The Eagles win. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'll pick the Eagles.
Seahawks, Cardinals.
Now give me the Seahawks.
Go Birds.
Seahawks still technically
Which
could
ones?
make the playoffs, I think.
Yeah, it's Green Bay's got to lose. Who else has to lose? The Vikings. I think the Vikings might have to lose too.
No,
think
the Vikings don't have anything to do with you. I don't think.
It's just Green Bay. It's Green Bay and one other team.
The Rams.
No, the Rams are already clinched in. It's
I
not
know.
them.
Hang on, I had it up earlier. Give me a second.
It's Green Bay has to lose, and
You need-
I think one other team has to lose, and then Seattle has to win. And I'm not confident at all. I feel like, God, the Seahawks just. I feel like Arizona's going to win this.
I have Arizona.
I feel like
as a
Arizona's going to
gift,
win.
as a gift to my pal Keith, I have the Arizona Cardinals winning.
You dirty bitch.
Sorry.
No, I don't.
They
I
played
don't.
better lately.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't know. No, I have the Seahawks winning this game.
Who did Arizona just beat this week?
The Eagles, but the Eagles have
The
played
Eagles.
like dog shit these
Yeah.
past several weeks.
I think
Bears
Seattle's going to lose.
steamrolled them, so you know,
I think
best
Arizona's
team in
going
the
to
league
win.
right now.
Shame on you.
I know.
So you
Wait,
picking-
so
you
am I
pick
an
the
island
Cardinals?
boy?
Are you an island for the seabirds?
I'm not picking the Seahawks.
Wow. Okay.
It's
who
fine.
else?
I'm going to be an island boy here in a minute. It's fine.
Get that projection on there, boy, and see what has to happen for Seattle to make the playoffs.
You need the Packers to lose.
You need the Packers
the
to
Packers?
lose, and you have
There's
to
one-
beat the Cardinals.
I thought there was one other team.
Bear
that had-
down, Chicago Bears.
I thought like
Bear
the Saints had to
down,
lose too
Chicago
or something.
Bears, make every play, lead the way towards victory. Bear down. I know the whole thing. I'm stupid. Rhonda Cincinnati. Rhonda Cincinnati.
You look up her skirt and you said, "Hey, you're smuggling plums."
Smuggling
I feel like, like how we've done like other
have
parodies in the
devolved.
past. Danny and I've got to work on, kind of like in the style of the intro of Where in the World is Carmen San Diego. We've got to do a Where in the
Where
World is Robin
in the
Cincinnati.
world is Rhonda?
Well, before we do that, we need to
Cincinnati?
do another real men of. It wasn't real men of genius. We changed it to
Real dudes of brilliance.
Real dudes of brilliance.
Totally rip it off. Bud Light, don't come after us.
All right, Chiefs,
Fun
Chargers. Picking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'll pick
Lightning
Chiefs.
round.
Yeah,
Chiefs, chefs. Yes, chef. Rams, Niners.
Oh,
Niners.
Niners.
In San Francisco, if that matters.
I'm
Niners.
gonna
No.
pick the Rams.
It's a home game regardless.
Yeah, it's the Rams home. Well,
That's true. Yeah.
It's a Niners home game regardless of
Yeah,
where it's being
that's
played.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I'll take the Rams.
Give
I
me
think
the
they're
I
Rams.
am
think they're on
also
fire,
going
division
to
game.
take the Rams
My dude.
on this one.
Oh shit,
I'm,
Keith.
where's
49ers because I
come
want
over
them to
here.
win.
Last. Oh no, there's one other game. That's 325, but Cowboys Commanders. I'm picking the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They have way too much to play for still.
Cowboys.
And the Commanders are the Commanders.
HTTR.
What the heck is that?
Hail to the russet
Redskins.
potatoes.
Yeah.
The other 325 game, Bears, Packers, Lambeau.
Yes.
Bears beat the Packers, and the Cardinals beat the Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks beat the Cardinals. The Packers missed the playoffs.
It'd be delicious.
Who do the Packers play? Oh yeah, the Chicago Bears. That's right.
All right.
Bear
Hey,
down,
what's this- hey,
Chicago
Chicago
Bears.
Bears.
Ryan, what's
What?
the score on that game?
Like the spread?
No, tell me what.
Might predict my score
Please do.
against the Packers.
The Packers.
I'm going to say this is a 31-20 Bears win.
Damn.
Have you seen the Packers play offense recently?
Have you seen the Bears play offense recently? They just put 37 points up against one of the better run defenses in football. 37.
37.
That's a lot.
And we're
It's a lot for me, anyways. I'm a Bears fan. I don't see points that high that often.
I'm gonna take
There's usually
Chicago.
not a 3 in front.
I'll take Chicago, 30-20.
Is this Justin Fields' last game? Is he playing to still be a Bear? Is Matt Eberflus coaching for his career? Sunday, 3:25, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Lambeau
Obviously.
Field. Keith
Jordan
will be
Love.
driving.
I will be driving. It's fucking God
Stupid. Just
fucking
dumb.
damn it.
Just real
Bear
dumb.
down, Chicago
I'm picking the Bears,
Bears.
obviously.
I'm gonna be on an island. I don't give a shit. It won't be the
Bears.
first fucking time. But this is
But
To be honest, like
the Bears
Ah.
or the Green Bay's probably favored, aren't they?
Yeah.
yeah. To be honest, if I had to say like who I would put money on, it's probably the Packers. But I want the Bears to win. So Bear
but the Bear-
down.
Yeah,
If I
I
had
know.
money to
Okay,
put,
right.
if
Bears are just
I
such
don't
a
bet. If I had money to put down on it, I would legitimately be putting money down on the Bears. Like I'm not saying it as a Bears fan. I just think that like as they're playing right now,
Their defense has
Bears-
been really good lately.
the Bears are like
Bears
the
defense has
number
been
2
really good.
defense in the league. The Bears offense is number 7 against, or like the 7th best team against DVOA or something, some advanced football stat. Like their offense is clicking right now. Like
Right. Where's this game being played at?
Lambeau.
This is Lambeau, yeah.
Oh, okay.
in a place the Bears haven't won in since 2015.
You're gonna win it. You're gonna win. 325. Cold.
Jordan Love
28 degrees.
walk into this game, lay his fucking dick down, and say, "This is why I'm
frozen
gone."
on the ground.
I'm
He's
actually
getting
really
camped.
excited that
Call the
Keith is
hospital.
finally like all hyped up about his team.
You need to show why we moved on from fucking Aaron Rodgers. Because you couldn't do this last year, Rodgers. You were in the same fucking spot last year, Rodgers.
We're sending the Packers home.
You're in the same spot the Lions
Sending
were.
the Packers
Chicago
home.
Bears.
You think that? You think
It's
that?
gonna happen.
I if I had to put money on it, I'd probably take the Packers, but I'm rooting like hell for the Chicago Bears.
So you're picking the Packers.
No, he's picking the Bears.
I'm gonna say I'm picking the Bears against
Okay.
my own wisdom.
Yep.
I'm trying to
Is
speak it into
better.
existence.
See, the reason I'm
Mike
picking the
Ditka,
Bears
oh
is just
God.
because the
Trick
Bears
question.
are just. I feel like they're just such a trap
You're-
team.
They are a trap team.
Also, they
Yeah.
they have been
This
they've been
game's
playing good
not-
lately. They've been playing
Yeah.
very very good lately.
This game's not going to be easy for either fucking team.
Yeah, that'll be good.
It's going to be a dogfight. Packers should have a full complement of their offensive weapons for the first
For the
time in
first
like
time in
weeks.
several weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, AJ Dillon's out,
Darn.
Yeah.
which
Yeah, but
whatever. But the Bears Kryptonite is playing, so
who's that?
Aaron Jones,
Oh,
he is your Kryptonite.
Jair Alexander.
Jair is playing.
Cool.
just saying.
We'll
Just
see.
saying. We're just saying.
I'm
Bears
just
gonna
saying.
win.
You're
Bears
on
are
an
gonna win.
island, Keith.
And you're wrong. I don't care.
I
You
know.
act like this is the first time
know it.
I've been on a Packers island by myself.
I know,
live in
but honestly,
Central
First time
Illinois.
won't be the last time.
Has a
but
Packers fan.
I'm so happy that you're actually like, I don't know, putting up a front this time because I felt like when it was the first game with Chicago, like
No.
the first game of the year, you're just like,
I fought Blake.
no, I think Green Bay's got a
Physically
chance to win.
punched.
They're gonna good, and Green Bay came in and just punched Chicago in the balls.
Yeah, it sucked. That's a shitty game. It's fucking.
Yeah.
This was terrible. It sucked. Hey, big ups to the schedule makers for this last game of the season.
Not too bad, except
Bills, Dolphins.
for damn.
Where's
that's
it
a
at?
good
Winner, it's in Miami. The winner wins the division.
Ooh.
game. Shit.
So if Buffalo wins, they
Two
are
paper tigers.
the 2 seed,
Two
and play the Texans. And
That's a hell of a
then
game.
Miami would be the 6th seed against Kansas City. If
Oh,
the Dolphins win, they're the 2 seed against Pittsburgh, and the
Jeez.
Texans are the 6th seed against Kansas City, and the Bills are out of the playoffs.
I think
Whoa,
they can get
what?
the Bills out of the
Wait, the
playoffs.
Bills can't be out of the playoffs on that.
The Bills can miss the playoffs.
The
Yep.
Bills can miss the playoffs if they lose this game.
Yep.
Wow.
Eventually.
Yep.
A lot
Damn.
of shit has to happen. but
God
the Bills can miss
dang.
the playoffs.
Yeah, Buffalo is 10-6 right now, and Pittsburgh is 9-7. So if they lose, Pittsburgh gets in on tiebreakers because of the strength of schedule, I think.
Right, but then
Bill's strength of
Wait,
schedule
so
and their strength
saying-
of victory are sub 500. Like they aren't a team that should be in the playoffs.
So what's the Bills' record right now? Is it 9-7?
10-6.
So if they
So-
were 10-7, you're saying they would miss.
If
they wouldn't
that's
even be a
if the-
7th seed.
That's
If they lose.
if
If
that
they
is
no,
if
that's what I'm saying. If they'd be
the-
10-7, they would
No,
be.
that's if
they
the
would-
the Steelers win. The Steelers have to win that too.
Steelers win,
Yeah.
but what about real? No, that can't
Yeah.
be right.
Yeah. Yep.
They
I wouldn't lie to
they,
you.
they wouldn't be a 7. They wouldn't even be a 7th seed going
Nope.
in at 10-6.
No.
Nope.
They'd be 10-7.
damn.
They'd be
10-7,
10-7,
I mean,
same.
10-7
They would be
is what I mean.
10-7, same as Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh has a better record against winning teams.
Right,
And I think
but
they've got a
Pittsburgh would be
better-
that would make them the 6th or the 5th seed though, right?
7.
No,
Okay, because
Cleveland's not moving out of the 5.
Okay, the Browns are the number 5 seed, right?
Yep.
And then it would come down to what the Colts and the Jaguars or Texans because there's like 2 teams in there,
Mhm.
right? So and they're all 9 and 8 right now.
I'm,
So the
I'm
way I have
plugging
it
it into
is-
the machine.
No, you need
The way I have it is the Jaguars beat the Titans.
okay.
The
Winning the division maybe or
yes,
That-
the
Okay.
Dolphins beat the Bills.
okay,
Pittsburgh beats Baltimore.
okay.
Colts beat Texans. But
Okay,
that doesn't
so they-
change it.
Damn.
And so you need 3 teams basically to win.
The Colts
for
Texans
the
game
Bill-
doesn't matter if the Jaguars win the division.
Yeah, Buffalo has to win to get into the playoffs.
The 100% get into the playoffs.
Crazy.
Yep.
God damn.
Well,
dude.
they can get in if the Ravens win and Buffalo loses, they can still get in.
Yeah. If
They
the
have
Ravens
the
to-
win,
Raven, if the Ravens win and Buffalo loses.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Buffalo can still get in, but if Pittsburgh wins, Buffalo has to win to get in.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, so there's a lot of consequential football.
Yeah.
There really is.
This weekend.
That's crazy because
So-
I think about the
And
Bills
then we
like
got Monday. We got the championship game. So
Yep.
with the
Go UW.
yeah.
Yep.
That's just crazy to me to think about because in like the NFC, it's like you talk about Seattle kind of meandering into the playoffs a little bit, where the Bills already have 10 wins and they can miss the playoffs.
Mhm.
That's crazy
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
That's nuts.
yeah, in the scenario that I've got plugged in right now, with the Cardinals beating the Seahawks and the Bears beating the Packers, that still gets Green Bay into the playoffs, but they
At
get
8 and
them
9.
in as an 8 and 9 team.
Yeah, versus
Which is
the Bills,
crazy.
who have 10 wins.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yep.
Hey, who's our pick? Bills or Dolphins?
Oof. See, this is a tough one to pick.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Dolphins though. I mean, it's a division game.
Yeah.
You know, it's whoever wins.
You're in
wins
Miami.
if Miami loses this game, they are. What is it? They drop. If Buffalo
The
wins,
6th.
Miami drops to the 6th seed
And probably has to go to Kansas City.
and probably has to go to Kansas City.
Which I think
I'd love to watch that.
I'd take Kansas, or I'd take the Dolphins in that game.
I agree.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you, one
But
or the other.
if they win, they have the 2nd seed. So
Crazy.
Who do they
I mean,
play in
both
that
teams
scenario?
have something to play for.
Yeah.
Like Buffalo's playing for the playoffs.
Yeah,
Miami is playing for that better seeding. So
I feel like Bills just have a
Who do
little
they play
more.
if they're in the number 2 seed?
Texans. The way I've got
Oh,
it all
the
plugged
well,
in right
yeah.
now. I mean,
Well,
that's
the way I
that's-
have it, it's the
the-
Colts. But
the
it's
AFC
it'd
South.
It'd be the AFC South, yeah.
I think I'm going to take the Bills on this one. I just feel like the Bills are.
Or no, it would be whoever. It would be somebody out of the AFC South.
I feel like the Bills
AFC South winner.
kind of like the Bears right now. I just feel like the Bills just have a little more, have it together a little more than Miami right now. And not, I mean, honestly, it's a coin toss, but I just
Well-
Is
feel like
Jalen Waddle
I-
playing?
You got to think too. With
I think
that
he is,
game,
isn't he?
uh,
Is he on the injury
how's,
report?
how's Tyreek gonna be?
That's true too. With
You
his
know what I
his
mean?
house,
His
going
house, his
on-
whole
up in
house just
flames.
burnt down. One of his
I don't
kids
thi-
was playing with a lighter.
I heard that. I saw the picture of that. I honestly don't think that's going to be a factor in the game.
I mean,
I know
probably
people
not.
are. I think people are going to make a deal out of it. But I see so many games where it's like, oh, by the way, this receiver's father just died today, and he's dedicating this game to him. It's like, what the?
Well-
Are you kidding me? And-
Marquise Goodwin tops all of those stories.
Fine,
His
yeah,
his son died the day of that game.
I didn't hear.
Oh
about
shit!
Yeah, like that morning, he had a
So-
little baby son that had a lot of birth problems and passed
That's
away.
insane.
And then he played and scored a touchdown.
that. Right.
So apparently
I'm not
both.
going to touch that, but I'm just saying, if something like the house catching on fire,
Yeah,
everyone's
Yeah.
fine. I really don't think that's going to be a factor.
So both Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert are questionable.
Yep.
And neither one of them practiced Wednesday or Thursday, but they both practiced in limited fashion
Usually,
Friday.
if they
Big
get
loss for the
limited and
Dolphins.
on,
They're going to play. I think.
yeah,
Xavier
Big loss
Howard's
for
not going to play.
Dolphins.
Bradley
Um,
Chubb's the
Chubb.
big one. Yeah,
Bradley Chubb's the big
Yeah.
one that they lost.
Yeah,
Now they've lost both.
I
their
don't.
edge
know.
rushers.
I was leaning Dolphins, but I think I'm leaning Bills now.
Yeah.
kind of with you. To be very honest with you,
Yeah.
I forgot about Chubb until I clicked on the injury
Yeah.
report.
Yeah.
And he tore it late in the game when the game was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. After
They've
already
been on
gotten-
they've been on the
manhandled.
opposite ends of a couple of wild ones this year. 70-20 over the Broncos, and then getting their shit stomped in 56-19.
The
last
next
week.
game. Yeah.
That's a hell of a whooping. Good show, guys. This is the longest show we've ever done. 2 hours
I know.
and 15 minutes.
Give
Lots of
us
talking.
your likes and subscriptions for our 2 hour and a quarter show. And Ron is
On
Never
to
forget
Cincinnati.
Ron to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Never
yeah.
forget
We'll-
Ron.
we'll get
She's a
to
trap
our-
game.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah,
We'll get to our
woo.
sports resolutions next week. We didn't
Post-
have a chance to get to those.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
To
already
finish the
get
show
to-
on time.
Yeah.
Nah. you guys win.
Anyways,
It's fine.
like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, be a friend. Maybe one day Blake will show back up to his own show. Who knows?
I don't know. It was a pretty good show without it.
It's a pretty good show. We've strung a few of them together. And
Yeah.
now we've created a mythical being known as Rhonda Cincinnati.
Well, I know one show he's definitely gonna miss.
All right, guys.
Rhonda
Good show tonight.
Cincinnati.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks, Austin.